next sort of 4 to 6 weeks after that game, and with a lot of young players, and really turned the season around, and now getting back closer to a full side.
And Dromana, Ben, can't get the footy at the moment, can they? They're getting absolutely thrashed in the middle of the ground.
Well, they're getting beaten at the contest, and then most concerning for me would be the spread. Bonbeach all over them with the spread, getting forward, and there's loose men everywhere.
This is normally Dromana's strength. Billy Gertz wins it down again. I think they're happy for him to win the taps. The handball from Mitch Gent misses the target. Taken the other way. Under pressure, trying to get the hand pass out was Hanneman. It's at half back now. Cleared out of defence. Hurry kick comes along the ground by Jai Taylor, having a good year for Dromana. Now they get the hand pass out, but Crimmins runs into trouble and he's dispossessed holding the ball.
Good tackle. By
Lachlan Stenning on the wing on the outer side. And he'll kick towards half forward. And a good mark taken. And this is by Will Dunn, the comeback king, playing his 6th game since a long-term back injury. Drives it long inside 50. Fishes up. Can't take the mark. Spills to the back. Dennis Lane goal. Dribbles it along the turf. You do not leave him on his own out the back, Ben and Matt. He's kicked a great goal. Candidate for goal of the day for Grace Syndicates Australia. 3-1, 19-0. We've played 8 minutes in the opening term. And Bonbeach, Ben Holmes, have made an outstanding start. And Dromana have not settled yet.
No, they haven't. Can't leave a good player like TDL by himself at the back like that. I'm just having a look who's got him. I think it's young Ben Tuvey. Looks like he's going to have his hands full.
Yeah, he's in some sort of form, Trent. He is really up and about. A lot of load, footy-wise, and it seems to be really paying dividends for him.
It's almost a game every second week, Matt, isn't it? As Gertz wins it down in the middle of the ground, and there'll be a free kick, and Dromana might get a chance to go forward through Sammy Gertz. Haven't seen Bill Quigley yet, who's normally a star. He kicks inside 50. Big fist by McLean, one of the best players. Here's Quigley at the back, and he's grabbed one along the ground and kicked goal of the day. Well, there you go. He does not get near it. Talk about the commentary curse in reverse then, boys. Quigley was out the back, and he's grubbed it along the turf and certainly kicked our goal of the day so far. Something out of nothing. First move forward. And talk about efficiency. A wonderful goal by Quigley. 1 straight 6 to 3-1, 19. 13-point lead for Dromana in the opening term. Great goal.
Great snap, yep. It looks like Quigley's moved to half forward. Sam Gertz resting off the football. So a few rotations here and through the middle for Dromana.
Back in the middle again. Liam Hewlett doing the ruck work, crashing in his case. He gets the hand pass defensively to Corrigan. Corrigan kicks now towards half forward, taking the footy as Dennis Lane has a bounce. Steadies from 40, and I think he's kicked his 30. He has. Champagne footy, 3 goals in a minute. 1 from Quigley was outstanding. 2 from Dennis Lane, outstanding. Top shelf football. 3 goals already right in the mix for our goal of the day for Grace Syndicates Australia. Go and see Tim and the team, and you will certainly increase your wealth. 4-1-25 to 1 straight 6. He needs 7 for 50, Matt. He's got 43 so far. He might have a day out today, the big fella.
He found himself up the ground then, which I think took a few by surprise. Macca had dropped back into the goal square.
They've made a change. They put Aidan Musgrove on him for a shutdown, I reckon.
Wouldn't you have Mushiali on him or Marcazani? Isn't that the way to go? 2 of the more experienced players. I would anyway, but then again, I'm not a coach. I'm just a commentator. Free kick to Terry Wheeler, back in the side 2 or 3 weeks ago from the ruck contest. Kicks to half forward. That's an outstanding mark. Great kick. Billy Quigley again, and he might be right in the mix for the catapult mark of the day for a mark like that. Seems like he's playing as a medium-sized forward, reminding me of the great Brad Johnson at the Western Bulldogs all those years ago, Ben, who did play undersized, but I think 1 year he had a rotator cuff injury. It was off the bone, and he kicked over 70 goals. 2006. He veers out. Well, I might know. He kicks long to full forward, getting a hand on it deep in defence for a behind. The Sharks. So it's 1-1-7 to 4-1-25. Margin 18 points. Entertaining opening quarter. The ground a bit patchy, a bit muddy. But we know how well Dromana plays this ground.
I reckon Bonbeach will be kicking against the breeze too. So very fast start.
So back into play. Corrigan. Oh, gee. Too much on that kick. Goes out of bounds on the full. And it will be a Dromana ball to bring it back into play. It'll be taken by Crimmins, who started his footy career with Mornington in the juniors. Lowers the eyes, kicks in short. It's a nice kick. And Saligo takes the mark at left half forward. So Saligo now, he will lower the eyes, kick into the pocket, and the big fellow takes the mark. Big Jordan. Jordan Andrews, who's come from the Berwick Football Club. And he's hard on the boundary. And he's put it left the whole way, through for a behind. So it'll be kicked back into play. Corrigan, who's playing in defence at the moment, but can play as a defensive midfielder. I saw him play an outstanding game against Sorrento at the halfway mark of the year. His kick's a good one, almost a mark to McLean. Had a fist away. Ball's at half back. They're looking to try and clear the half back area. Bonbeach, good tackling though by Taylor. Ensures the ball stays inside attacking 50. Gilbert trying to force a little hand pass out. Misses the target. Hacked out of mid-air. Armitage was clever. Towards the wing. Lee is there for the Sharks. At the drop, taken by Hogan. Handballs defensively to Bailey. Bailey lowers the eyes. Kicks to Gent. But Gent was flat-footed and Hutchison read it best. Intercepts in the centre of the ground for Dromana. Feeds over the top to Wheeler. Handballs to Gertz. Gertz inside 50. Skidding kick in the direction of Quigley. Quigley can't take the mark. Good tackling at the back by Waterston. Ball goes towards the boundary. Taken by Douglas and he paddles over the line and out of bounds. So it'll be thrown back into play. Left half forward. Just starting to find their mojo a bit. The margin 17 points in favour of Bonbeach and Trent Dennis-Lane putting on a clinic with 3 goals already. Gilbert wins it down and wins the contest too. Kicks towards the wing and he finds Dunn, who takes the mark as he hacked it on the left, Sam Gilbert. 208 league games. Third and the best and fairest for the Saints when they made the granny in 2010. Here's Dunn. Dunn will pop a kick towards half forward. Good use of the body by Fisher. He used it too well. Pushed his opponent underneath it. Free kick at the back to Gertz. Billy Gertz kicks into the middle of the ground. Mark taken by Hutchison. Looks to offload by hand. Changes his mind and switches now. And the mark taken by Shannon. Shannon just behind the wing in the white boots. On the left, attempting to smother it, Sonny Peckett. No one home. Terrible kick. McLean gets back, takes the mark. Had it dislodged, but already had the mark comfortably opposed to Quigley, who got in late. Kicks the centre half back to Armitage, who was runner-up in the Trevor Barker BNF for the Saints. And off the mark. Now, very clever by Armitage then, Matt and Ben, because he sort of was getting ready to play on, and Adam Harris sort of stepped off the mark. Now, it's the worst rule in footy. I say it every week. It should not be in the game. Armitage in short, finds Bailey, it's not 15, goes back to Armitage. Armitage in the middle of the ground, kicks it low and flat, over the head of Fisher. Where's Dennis Lane? He's not there. It's mopped up at the back by War. Gets the hand pass to Billy Gertz, who's playing as a loose defender. Handball comes out again from Shannon. Shannon to Dan Gertz. Dan Gertz mucks it up and puts his teammate under the pump and gets a free kick for in the back against Bailey, who mowed him down. And the free kick will go to... And he gets that hand pass out nicely, taken by Jaden Tooth. He handballs to Sam Gertz. Sam Gertz, under pressure, confronted, floats a hand pass to Musgrave. Musgrave kicks high towards the wing on the outer side. Good use of the body by Osland, one of the young players in this Shark side. Handballs to Armitage, back to Osland, gets it back now in the direction of Sullivan. Almost had the kick run down, turned over by Dromana. They kick towards the wing on the outer side. And there's going to be a free kick to Quigley, who had it knocked away late by Corrigan, and he's paid the mark. Quigley at right half forward. He dabs a kick inside 50. McLean can't take the mark. Off hands Hogan. Feeds a hand pass over the top. Misses the target of Stenning. Stenning on hands and knees. Works hard towards the boundary. Casey forces it out. Corrigan gets on the end of it. On the left now for the Sharks, who lead by 17 points. Kicks to the wing. Ball bounces at ground level. Taken by Wheeler on the left. He kicks high, but no one home. Again, they get the defenders back through McLean, and they've got an outlet pass, and Osland takes the mark at half back. Leads 17 points. We're in the first quarter. Thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking, our major sponsor. In short now to Bo Bailey at half back. He takes the mark. McDonald gives him half a lead. Lee a longer lead. And eventually he goes and kicks badly to Verma, who gets a hand on it. It was a lazy kick. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Not sure about that. Taken by Dean Waugh. Dean Waugh on the left. Kicks long to an open goal. And not able to get back in time. It goes through for behind. 139 to 4-1-25. But starting Dromana at the moment to the city end to get some repeat entries. The Tigers, Ben, as McLean receives and kicks back into play, goes down the line to the half-back line and finds Gilbert. In fact, finds Douglas, I should say. Douglas in short. His kick misses the target. Not sure who that was for, but a free kick for over the shoulder. So back on an even keel in regard to how much footy they're getting. This is the youngest of the Gertz boys, Josh.
Plenty of numbers back for Bonbeach.
Yeah, he will go back now and he'll find Hanneman. Hanneman will square it up towards the back edge of the centre square to Mushiali. He's got another outlet player running on his own who should take the mark and does. This is Musgrave in front of our commentary position. Dennis Lane confronts him, has to go on the left. It's an awkward kick. He kicks inside 50. McLean, who's gone back behind the play on 4 occasions as a loose man. He intercepts again, in short to Sullivan, who marks at half-back. Sullivan dabs a half-distance pass. Could have been Verma, could have been Bailey. And the aforementioned Verma takes the mark. They could have raffled that. Again, I wasn't sure that went 15. As there were a couple not given earlier that went about the same distance. Hoists it down the line. Liam Hewlett does well to use the body. Wins it at ground level. Handballs to Bailey. Hooks around the body. But the kick drops short and a good intercept mark taken by Tooth at half-back for the Tigers, who trail by 16 points at the 19-minute mark of the opening quarter. Wobbles a kick very close to the boundary. In fact, too close to the boundary. And did it bounce on the line? According to the boundary umpire, bounced on the line. It'll be thrown back into play.
Hewlett and Verma back from long-term injury as well. So
yes.
Second game back for Luke and first game back for Liam.
And Owen out today.
Owen out at a wedding.
Right.
Best man at a wedding.
Well, we wish him all the best. We wish the bride and groom all the best. So thrown back into play, but he's had a pretty good year, Owen Hewlett. Liam, of course, was drafted in 2015. A couple of years on Melbourne's list, the same draft as Clayton Oliver and also Sam Wiedemann. Bailey Dale, Jacob Wiedering, number 1 pick, boundary throw-in, one down by Billy Gertz. He spins in and out of trouble, feeds a hand pass to Quigley, taken by Bo Bailey in a tackle, scrambles a kick to half forward, fisted on again by Saligo of Dromana to half forward, intercepted by Casey. Casey like a runaway train, robust play, handballs to Osland. Osland kicks high, but the kick will come straight back to Josh Gertz. Gets the hand pass out to Waugh, the left footer. Waugh inside 50. Play was held on to, could have nearly been a free kick, probably should have been a free kick to Dromana, but not given to Higgins, and it's run out of bounds in the forward pocket on the outer side.
Bonbeach pushing plenty of numbers back behind the ball. Dromana now trying to pierce it with run.
Which is what their strength has been all year, and generally it's worked, hasn't it? They've had 2 draws, but they've won 10 games, lost 5. Bonbeach won 9 of their last 10. Won 12, lost 5. 1% behind Dromana. So if Dromana wins today, they will play a qualifying final next week against Mount Eliza. And there's 2 points in the battle for 5th between Pines and Bombers. Pines have got Mount Eliza today, and Bombers have got Rosebud. So they have the footy now from the stoppage through Billy Quigley.
Bounce.
And it was out of bounds as he received it a bit too close to the boundary. His kick was no good. Mark intercepted at half-back by the Sharks. And Jackson Casey. So they're settling into their work now, Dromana, trailing by 16 points. Mornington Timber and Decking, our major sponsor. Boundary throw-in again. Gilbert, Gertz, close to the boundary, running it out of bounds, and it'll be thrown back into play before Luke Verma could get there. Good to have him back in. So important to this side. There's been no Lockie Gilrenooth this year. We wish him all the best in his singing career after winning The Voice. Between wing and half forward for Dromana on the outer side of the ground. One by Gertz again. He flicks a hand pass out.
That's home.
And then he decides to have a kick, and he swings around the body and kicks an outstanding goal.
That's out of the ruck, was it?
It was. It looked like he got going to get a hand pass out, and then he threw it on the boot and kicks a great goal from 45. And that's the candidate for our goal of the day. 2-3-15 to 4-1-25. Margin 10 points. And Dromana getting themselves back in the game as they start to win a bit more of the footy around the ground, Ben.
Yeah, the big fella standing tall there in the ruck to just grab it out and snap on his right. Not a bad pocket to kick it from with the wind helping it across.
Absolutely. Candidate for goal today for Gross Syndicate Australia. Soligo tries to rove it, taken down in a tackle. As again, Billy Gertz slapped it. He's winning the ruck work. I think, obviously, Matt, you guys are happy to concede the ruck and hope that your midfielders can win the ball at the coalface.
That's it.
Tom Hogan's missed most of the year, and Jaden Bott out again today. Your recruit from the Maryborough Castlemaine District League. Free kick. And it'll go the way of Bonbeach, who've got a 10-point lead, but it's a more even game now. Back on parity for Dromana. And it'll go off the plate of Jackson Casey, just behind the centre square, who's since been moved back to the midfield. Has become reinvigorated again. Not that he wasn't reinvigorated across the half-back line. 2 of the last 3 weeks had over 40 possessions. Kicks to half-forward, no mark taken. Handball comes out from Dromana. Picked up now by Osland. Osland throws it on the boot. Kicks inside 50. Excellent mark, Dean Waugh, who's the intercept king and gets 50 metres. Not sure about that, but anyway, thought it was a simultaneous act in his endeavours to take the mark. But anyway, as long as they pay it all day, I've got no issue with decisions given, but they've got to be consistent for mine. Waugh, candidate for catapult mark of the day, kicks it wide and picks up young Gertz, who takes the mark. This is Josh Gertz at left half forward. Half distance pass, inside 50, and the mark is taken. It was dropping a little bit short, and Soligo saw it dropping short, but just had enough space to run into, and they worked themselves back into the game.
Hitting up the short leads, Dromana, heading to the forward line. No real bombing away. Lowering their eyes and trying to hit the short 25-metre passes.
Starting to work for them, even though, as we know, Bonbeach are getting the numbers back. That's why, as you said, Ben, they can't bomb it too long. He's coming from 55. It holds up a little bit towards the goal square. It's kept in play. Gent gets a hurried boot to ball as he roved it at the front. Didn't go very far. It's right near the goal square. It maybe rushed through it. It might almost go over the line. Number of players fighting hard for it. Waterston on the line there for Bonbeach. It'll be thrown up right beside the behind line. Liking what you're seeing, Matt, from a Bonbeach perspective?
Yeah, obviously a good start.
Gormley kicks over his head as he receives it from the tap, and it's right on the goal line and snapped through for a behind.
Defended relatively well. Dromana obviously used the breeze quite well and not being too impatient moving forward, which is a good way to go when using the breeze. Dunn
back into play, finds Stenning in the outer back pocket. Stenning down the line again, raking in a one-hander. Good mark to Michael Wright. He's missed a bit of footy, came from Norwood in the Eastern Footy League. Back to Stenning again, they share. He may have to switch, or he kicks it low. Not a great kick for Waterston, puts him under the pump, but he had enough time to pick it up. Handball's back to Dunn. Dunn's kick is no good. He's turned it over badly. Missed the pass. Mark taken by Dromana, and they go back to a more central location, and Dean Waugh receives the mark from the player that intercepted it, Big Tooth. Ben Tovey. Yep. So Dean Waugh, just not the right kick then. Well done, kicking off the back foot and couldn't execute it the way he liked to, but good defensive play by Dromana, setting up a wall across their half-forward line. The city end, left half forward, Dean Waugh is a beautiful kick. It's coming back, but not sufficiently a behind. And they've now had more scoring shots. They've been dominating the play the last 10 minutes or so. The ball's been living inside their attacking 50, 2-5-17 to 4-1-25. So it'll be kicked back into play by Dunn. That's a better kick to the outer side of the ground. Gilbert territory, couldn't take the mark. McLean there as well. He overruns the footy. And the umpire's going to ball it up on the wing. Anytime Fitness, our scoreboard sponsor with over 500 gyms around Australia, anywhere, anytime. Tapped down by Gertz. Handball came out from Gormley. Didn't quite find the target. Loose ball on the wing on the outer side. They win the ball at the coalface through Gent. It's turned over again, though, as Taylor gets back and he marks just behind the wing on the outer side. Just starting to turn it over a bit now, Bonbeach, as they lead by 8 points close to quarter time on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Big kick to half forward, Dunn. Does well to elect the spoil from behind, but then excellent tackling from the half forwards of Dromana, who are on their game now after Trent Dennis-Lane threatened to take it away from them in the first 10 minutes with 3 goals from 4.
Billy Quigley, is it?
And Billy Quigley will take the free kick hard on the boundary.
Kicking from about 50 down on the boundary, but does have the wind right at his back here.
What do you reckon, Ben? Can he kick it? Good to have Ben Holmes and Matt Lowe with us in commentary today. It's a long ball and a magnificent ball. You bet he can. That's our clubhouse leader for our goal of the day for Great Syndicates Australia. Billy's kicked a couple of those. Trent Dennis-Lane's kicked a couple of those as well, and a snap from Billy Gertz. So all the goals, well, we've had, 6 so far? 5 of the 6 have been spectacular ones for GSA. Yeah. And on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard, Dromana right back in the hunt. They've kicked 3 of the last 4, and they're 3-5-23. Bonbeach 4-1-25, close to quarter time. And, Matt, some work now for your team to do. Just can't get it past the centre, a bit like Dromana early.
No, that's right. They need to just get control of the ball for a little bit and
maybe slow it down.
Dromana's run. Yeah, slow it down.
Here's Billy Gertz just charging through. Taps it now to his teammate who gets hold of the footy, Tovey. It's a great kick to centre half 40. Opened up the space and an excellent mark taken by young Higgins. Right of centre half forward. One player new to me, but this is why Dromana becoming a good club, because you're getting some good juniors and good young players coming through, and a club that's becoming a destination club because you've won the premiership in First Division, Ben, 3 years ago, and of course Second Division 4 years ago. 3 flags in 10 years. As he kicks now at goal. Sprayed it through for a behind. But they're getting a lot of looks now. 3-6-24 to 4-1-25. 26 gone opening quarter. Anytime Fitness scoreboard. And our major sponsor is Mornington Timber and Decking. Corrigan back into play. Kicks to Bailey. Goes up one-handed. Can't take the mark. McLean is there. Beats him out of bounds at half back. His brother Hayden involved with the Sydney Swans, who are flying at the moment. Got St Kilda tomorrow to complete the home and away season. Boundary thrown. Trent Dennis-Lane knows he's on back towards the forward line. Gormley gets a hand on it for Dromana. Gent worried out of it. Couldn't get hold of the footy. Musgrave doing a good job on him. Goes close to the boundary. Marcasani as well. Right with Gent, and it goes out of bounds. In fact, the free kick to right. Right goes back to full back and finds Stenning, who's in his rightful position. For mine, anyway, at half back. He went there for the second half in the Bombers game as he hoists it down the line, and that's quarter time. Really good quarter of footy. On the Anytime Fitness scoreboard, Bonbeach burst out of the blocks thanks to Trent Dennis-Lane. 4 of the first 5 goals, and he kicked 3 of them. And then Dromana had the better of the second half of the quarter. Billy Quigley's kicked a couple. Billy Gertz has got 1. And Gent has kicked the other one for Bonbeach, who lead by a point, 4-1-25 to 3-6-24, thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking. What do you reckon, Ben? Good quarter of footy?
Well, it was a good quarter of footy. It was really 2 halves of footy, wasn't it? I think Dromana were asleep at the start, slow out of the blocks. TDL kicked 3 early, and it was like they just couldn't get their hands on the ball. But that second half of the quarter, it really stayed in Dromana's forward half pretty much for the whole quarter there, didn't it?
What do you think, Matt? Got some work to do. You were good early.
Siren couldn't come quick enough, could it, for that for quarter time there? The boys just really struggled to get any control of the ball or any ball movement that they sort of enjoyed in that first half of that quarter. They were moving the ball quite well, and it really stopped, and Dromana took over, and very much a quarter of 2 halves, I guess.
It certainly was. So it's a 1-point lead. We've got plenty of footy to look at. Thanks to the Coringal Hub in regard to the last home and away round of the season. And, of course, the finals will start in Second Division. Tomorrow is the elimination final. 2 teams haven't been in finals for a long time. It's great for the comp. Devon Meadows and Pearcedale at Chelsea. And today down at Rye, just down the road from here at Dromana, is the qualifying final between Coringal and also Somerville. And the winner will play Langwarrin next week, remembering that Langwarrin, of course, they had their game cancelled due to the Thunder last week, and they wouldn't have played for 3 weeks. And if they win next week, they'll play 1 game in 5 weeks before the grand final. I know there's a long, long way to go yet in regard to the grand final, but it's not the most ideal build-up for them, considering they haven't lost a game all year. But we'll go around the grounds, and, of course, the other game we're very interested in, there's a couple of games we're interested in First Division, Frankston Bombers and Rosebud. If Bombers win, they're in the finals. If they lose and Pines win, who are playing Mount Eliza, they're in the finals. So let's have a look and see what is happening in those competitions. We'll go to First Division first, thanks to the Coringal Hub. And looking at the game so far, Frankston Bombers 28, leading Rosebud 10. And the only other score we've got is Red Hill in their final game of the season. They've had a good end of the season too. Red Hill at home taking on Sorrento, who've fallen away a bit. They lead by 14 points. It's 21-7. As we go to the Second Division competition and looking at what's happening there in the qualifying final. And there's no score. In fact, Matt's got the score there. It's 1-2-8 apiece in the first quarter between Coringal and Somerville. Keep those scores coming through. It's quarter time here. Bonbeach 4-1-25. Dromana 3-6-24. Back with the second quarter thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking very shortly. Get your game face on.
Today with John, who is the owner of Mornington Timber and Decking, a fabulous family-owned business here. John, tell us about your company and what services you provide.
We mainly concentrate on decking, screening, timber and composite decking. Commercial is probably about 30% and do it yourselves. And we also engage our customers who build decks for other people, so we kind of manage it a little bit for them. Bring the two parties together and everybody's a winner out of that.
Yeah, so you're saying winter is like a little bit of a quieter month for the decking side of the business?
Yes.
So what other things are you doing in the meantime?
We do picnic tables. We're also manufacturing screens at the moment, which are quite good and a good mover. But the picnic tables and the outdoor settings are very good. We've just done 10 picnic tables for the South Melbourne market, which will be delivered in about a week or so.
So there you go, Mornington Timber and Decking. If you're in the market for a new deck or screening, anything like that, come on down, have a chat to John and the team, and they'll be able to help you out with some of the great Australian hardware.
Welcome back to the second quarter at Dromana. And there's a free kick straight away out of the middle, is there? And it'll go the way of Liam Hewlett doing the ruck work. Big ask for him in his comeback game. Gets it to Sam Gilbert. Gilbert on the left will bomb it long. That's got plenty of distance on it towards Fisher. Great hands for the catapult mark of the day. Yeah, you're right. Great mark. Wonderful hands. Under pressure. Outmarked his opponent.
Another Bonbeach player who's had a great season, took a mid-season break to go overseas, but before and after leaving, he's been fantastic.
In the team of the decade, of course. From 25 metres out, he shoots and he goals. And they get a bit of breathing space. They start the second quarter like they started the first. 5-1-31 to 3-6-24. The margin is 7 points on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard with over 500 plus gyms around Australia. So it's a 7-point lead. And that was a terrific goal by Joe Fisher, contributing nicely in that forward line. That's one issue with Dromana. I wonder whether you've got enough tall defenders.
Yeah, well, it's definitely something funny you asked, Dan. I've been in charge of recruiting for Dromana for next year, 2023, and number one on the agenda is a tall defender.
Yeah. You do most things right. Players playing above their height and strength as Billy Gertz wins it out of the middle again. He dabs a kick to his great mate Billy quickly, who runs into space and takes the mark. In front of Corrigan. It's a good contest, that. Two pretty good players. Right half forward. He'll kick it low and flat into the pocket. Great kick. Good mark taken by Jordan Andrews. Remember seeing him a few years ago, boys, playing for Berwick. I reckon he's with the greatest respect to the great man, he's dropped half a body. He looks in terrific nick. He looks in terrific nick.
Back in the day.
Yeah, he was. He was.
He's going to have a tough kick here, though.
He's
in the pocket right where the wind's blowing into his face.
Right in front of the change rooms here at Dromana. His team are 7 points in arrears. 9 scoring shots to 6. Good game of footy. Andrews kicks. It's coming back. It's coming back. Not enough behind. 3-7-25 to 5-1-31. Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Mornington Timber and Decking. John Gash and the team, our major sponsor. Good to have them with us. So Corrigan back into play. Bangs it long down the middle for the Sharks, but it's turned over straight away. Comfortable mark to Shannon. Ned Shannon in the white boots. On the left, he lays up the kick towards half forward again. Mark taken. If it kicks into bodies, Hutchison comes back to him at centre half forward. He feeds a hand pass out now. Left foot kick by Wheeler. Cuddles it inside 50. And an excellent mark in the middle of the pack by Andrews. Almost the accidental mark for Catapult Sports. I thought they had it covered then, particularly Douglas, who's one of the best lockdown defenders in the comp for Bonbeach, and sort of out of nowhere then, Matt, a great mark by Andrews in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, well, blocked here from the commentary box, but it looks like he had about 3 over the back on him. And
yeah.
The ball floated in.
Did?
The ball floated in. I think Matt was caught on his wrong foot.
Left forward pocket, 25 metres out. Kicks the goal. No dramas about that for Big Geordie, who's kicked 31 before today, now 32 goals. And scores are level in this big game. The winner, double chance. The loser, cutthroat. That's how big this game is. 4-7-31 to 5-1-31. 4 minutes gone in the opening term. Second term, I should say, and that, of course, is on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard with over 500 gyms around Australia, anywhere, anytime.
Corrigan trying to use the corridor in that kick out, but which hasn't happened a lot today. Not a lot of corridor use, but especially with Dromana's shots being taken mainly in pockets. Yeah, it came back and good goal.
Secondary bounce. Free kick. It'll go to Billy Gertz, who's having a big influence here at the moment without a recognised ruckman for Bonbeach. This is their issue against Bombers when we saw them earlier in the season. Kicks inside 50. Off hands, Hutchison couldn't take the mark. Handball comes out from Douglas, gets it to Casey. Throws it on the boot. Lee in front. Can't mark it for the Sharks. Taylor's having a good year for Dromana. At ground level in the mud. Somehow forces the hand pass out, intercepted by Gilbert. Look away, hand pass, a clever one to Bailey on the outside. He picks it up now. Took a while to pick it up. Handball turned over to Josh Gertz. Taken in a tackle. Liam Hewlett shoves him to ground. And that is a very strong tackle. It's holding the ball. Advantage to Fisher. Kicks to Dennis Lane. Can't take the mark. Ball's at ground level. They get the numbers back towards the line there, Dromana. And they managed to knock it to the line. Gormley got there very, very late, knowing that Trent Dennis Lane was one out. There's going to be a free kick. Deliberate. Oh, not big on deliberate in local footy,
Don't
boys.
see that a lot.
No, not in local footy. Anyway, the umpires obviously have told.
Who's got a
Macca. I think he can kick this, can't he? He'll run around, open up the angle. He kicks a drop punt. He kicks a drop punt. He doesn't kick a banana bin. Or, Matt, he kicks a drop punt. And as my late grandmother would say, like shelling peas. What a goal that was. He just made that look simple, boys.
He did.
That's how he rolls. Minimal opportunity.
He had a bit of breeze there, but you're still backing yourself in to do it, aren't you?
He's had a quiet first quarter, Macca, so good to see him in the game.
25th goal of the season for Macca. 12 of them in 2 games, though.
Deep in a pocket, I see him playing.
Well, he could be very dangerous, couldn't he? 1 goal lead again, 6-1-37, 4-7-31. Gilbert wins it from the clearance. Handballs to Verma. High kick inside 50. Fisher brings it to ground. Couldn't take the mark at ground level. Trying to get the footy out. Was Hewlett. Gets it to Dennis Lane. He kicks over his head. A high kick. A great attempt by Trent Dennis Lane under the pump. Didn't miss by much. Through for a behind. That would have certainly been goal of the day for Grace Syndicates Australia. No matter what anyone else did, if he had to kick that. Lead to 7 points. Anytime Fitness scoreboard, 6-2-38, 4-7-31. Back into play. Charles receives. In short. He hits up Taylor at half-back. He's had an outstanding year. Been on our team of the week on the Game Phase Footy Show a few times in recent weeks, which is just reward. Goes across the face to Hanneman. Hanneman marks in the back pocket on the broadcast side. He stabs a little pass and hits the chest of his teammate who takes the mark in Marcus Arney. Played in both premierships. 1 of 7 in this team. Gormley kicks towards Wheeler. Not a good kick. It's an awkward kicking style. And McLean, another intercept mark. He's taken a few of those at half-back for the Sharks. He'll drive it long towards half-forward. Armitage getting in position. Tried to get back. Couldn't take the mark. Fisher at ground level. Gets the hand pass to Peckett. Peckett handballs to Bailey. Bailey throws it on the boot. Kicks high. Up goes Dennis Lane. Can't mark it at ground level. Taylor Rose for Dromana, but handballs back into the pack. And players are tackled and taken to ground in a good contest. Thrown up 35 metres out from Bonbeach's goal, having a good couple of minutes. Billy Gertz received it and straight away Sam Gilbert was onto him. Like a rat up a drain pipe. Taps it down again, then he does a good tackle, Gilbert. Going nowhere in a hurry. Dromana. Gormley and also Shannon. Thrown up again. 40 from goal. Tapped down. Comes on the outside. Great hand pass from Shannon towards Taylor, but his hand pass is run down by Dunn. Dunn wins it back in the middle of the ground. On the right, he straightens up. He kicks out wide to Armitage, who lunges forward, Armitage, and takes the mark at left half forward. Just near the mud patch. He's on a slight angle. He looks a little bit ginger as he gets up.
He would have stretched that hamstring.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an issue for him, Matt, hasn't it?
He seems okay, though.
Has he got the distance? The set shot.
Great intercept by Will Dunn as well.
Yeah, it was.
And then got on with it and found...
It's a great story after a long-term back injury to come back and play. Didn't think he'd come back, Adrian told me, the coach. On the left, Armitage, his kick coming back. Not quite. Billy Gertz is right on the line and whacks it through for a behind. A couple of behinds in a row now for the Bonbeach Sharks on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. 6-3-39. Kick into the back pocket. Mark taken by Musgrave. Musgrave will go back across the goal line and kick to the outer back pocket. They'll kick down the line again towards the wing, but a turnover.
Jet Peckett.
Good mark to Jet Peckett. He did well to intercept. He elects to play on. Kicks inside, 50. Looking for Dennis Lane. Couldn't take the mark. Ground level. Good roving out of defence. Quigley's involved now. And he loves to get on the outside and spread. His kick's an absolute beauty to Andrews. Is a long way from home. He takes the mark on the outer side.
Good defending by Musgrove before.
Yeah.
That kick was laced out to TDL.
Goes back into the middle of the ground. Finds Shannon. Shannon also goes across the face to Crimmins. Crimmins to Mushiali. Takes the mark in front of Armitage at half back. Mushiali kicks it towards Gormley. Misses the target. Gormley runs onto it. We know it's an awkward kicking style. On the left, even though he chafes to kick it on the right. He kicks to half forward. McLean does well to bring it to ground. And young Higgins is involved in the contest right on half forward in front of the change rooms. Getting a little bit dark overhead. 6-3-39 to 4-7-31 with 10 minutes in the second quarter. On the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Thrown up again at half forward. Right, doing some bullocking to allow Jackson Casey through, his teammate for Bonbeach, and he's held up on a tackle by Gormley, going nowhere in a hurry. Right on half forward for Dromana, who trailed by 8 points on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Eddie Asp and Frankston YCW 2-2-14 to 2-1-13. Gee, if Eddie Asp won today, they're off the bottom of the ladder, boys. They're off the bottom of the ladder. That's a big... I don't think they will.
I don't think they'll roll the Stone Cats.
No, they won't, but if they do, 2 losses in a row, and then no footy for a week for the Stone Cats, have been the best side all year. We'll keep a close eye on that.
Give away on a heart attack.
Thanks to Karingal. Well, that's right. The big fella won't be happy. He almost had a heart attack when they played each other a couple of weeks ago, which is our match of the day. And you can't tell me how important relegation is. That was like a grand final, that game. It was unbelievable, the second half. Once they stopped being careful with the footy and said, we just got to go and play, it was unbelievable. As good a game of footy as I've seen. With the stakes so high. Boundary throw-in at half forward, and there's going to be a free kick. Which way is it going? It'll go to Casey. He's gone back to half back at the moment, Matt. He's played a lot of footy in the midfield in recent weeks and racking them up. Kicks long. Not a great kick. They've got numbers at the back, but War takes his hands off the footy, and his eyes off the footy, I should say, and then his hands as well. Couldn't get hold of it. Picked up, though, eventually by Sam Gertz. It's been a bit quiet. Handballs to Taylor. Misses him in the middle of the ground. Then he has to be tackler for Dromana, and it's thrown up in the middle with a bit of sunshine around. 8-point lead, 6-3-39 to 4-7-31. We need to work on Ben Holmes' headset. We'll keep doing that. Thrown up again. Tapped down once more. Billy Gertz works on it. Number of players around the contest. And you can hear some of the supporters getting pumped up. 39-31. Liam Hewlett working hard. And here's Billy Gertz. He thought about a hand pass at close quarters to brother Dan. There's a free kick off the play. It'll go to Billy Quigley. Quigley's in short now. He hits the target. Young Shannon has been good. Finds Dan Gertz marking in the middle of the ground. They love to switch. Dromana to Billy Gertz. 1 on 4. Liam Hewlett, lovely, lovely punch. Makes 30 metres for the Bonbeach side. And out of bounds at half forward. That was not a good option, Ben, was it? I mean, we know how good Big Billy is, but he was camped underneath that, and he was never a chance of marking that.
Bonbeach certainly locked down more defensively this quarter, so Dromana finding it more difficult to move the ball.
First game back for Dan Gertz too. Long-term injury, so he's been off for about 7-8 weeks, I think, with a medial.
Of course, he hasn't had a lot of footy for a few years. He missed all of 2019, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, with a back, wasn't it? Was it a back?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Boundary throw-in at half forward. Knocked to the front by Liam Hewlett. Working hard at ground level, Sam Gertz tries to force it out. Bailey's in there on hands and knees. Going to ground play. It was almost shoved in the back, I thought, for Dromana by Casey. Slips out to Quigley. Here they get the hands going now. A little bit fierce for Harris. He couldn't grab it for Dromana. Coming the other way, Casey did well. Gets the hand pass out once more to Gent with that big body. Sullivan, he squirts through as he was receiving on the up from Bo Bailey. Couldn't quite take it with him. It's fierce, the contest. Out now to Josh Gertz, to big brother Dan. Dan's taken in a tackle, brought to ground. Great forward pressure by Bonbeach. It was fierce and tough in that contest, gentlemen. And eventually Bonbeach get the free kick at half forward. And Joe Fisher, the recipient, the big forward, laying a good tackle, Matt. No doubt Adrian Connolly and Co would be happy with that.
They would. There was a lack of clean hands through that whole minute. There was a lot of intensity, but I think that the side that took it the cleanest were probably going to move it forward. And I think Joe was a little lucky. They've been pretty hot with the
they have been
holding the ball this game.
But as long as, if they're hot with it, they stay with that decision and they stay with that interpretation. 45 metres out. That's a bomb. That is a bomb. Big, big bomb from Joe Fisher. Candidate for our goal of the day for Grey Syndicates Australia on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. It's 7-3-45 to 4-7-31 at the 15-minute mark of the second term. And a bit of breathing space, Ben, again for Bonbeach. Probably playing the better, maybe slightly cleaner footy at the moment.
I think so, yeah. I think Matt touched on it right then. Yeah, the cleaner hands at the moment. I think Dromana have had a few fumbles, and then what comes with the fumbles is the pressure. Strong tackles, and then finishes with a nice goal.
So out of the middle goes Dromana, kicking towards half forward. Wheeler overrunning it. McLean sockets it, comes back to Wheeler now. The inspirational skipper taking in a tackle, feeds the hand pass off now to Shannon. Handballs to Gertz under the pump, and the kick is affected. And McLean another intercept mark at half back. Wonder if it'll be in our MVT Team of the Year that Hogs will do in a couple of weeks' time on Game Face. Half distance pass to Verma, back in the side. His second game back, as Matt mentioned. Kicks towards half forward now. Liam Hewlett, 2 to beat. Big fist from behind by Mushiali at the drop. Bailey collects. Handballs to Wasland. Back to Bailey in front of our commentary position by hand. Kicks to half forward. Lovely little inboard pass to Sullivan. It does likewise to Jackson Casey on his own. They are on. Kicks to McDonald. Macca takes the mark, attacking side centre square. The two great mates. Macca looks to play on. We know he can kick long. We know he can kick long. That's goal of the day. Ben Holmes picked it. Matt Lowe picked it. Dan Lonigan wasn't too sure, but he just rode with it. That is goal of the day for Grace Syndicates Australia. And Shane McDonald, boys, turning it on.
I think the wind is deceptive. They definitely grabbed that ball. Macca's, 35-year-old legs. And even the goal before that from Fisher, that sailed through too. So I think there's a little bit in this wind.
He's like a Pakistani cricketer. Because I've heard he's 35, I've heard he's 38, I've heard he's 37, I've heard he might be 40. I'm not too sure, Matt Lowe, how old he is. Here's Sullivan out of the middle, taking in a tackle. Good play by Casey to tidy it up and get the hand pass out. Knocked forward by Hewlett. Kicked inside 50 again by Wright towards full forward, but turned over at the back. Good defensive mark taken by Musgrave, last line of defence. And finds his teammate in Crimmins. Crimmins, his kick misses the target. They're turning it over a lot now. It's kept alive again by the Sharks, but they've given away a free kick. Liam Hewlett just couldn't quite keep his footing as he tried to knock it away. Taylor with a free kick. Kick straight down the middle again. McLean is there at the back. Roving nicely is done. His kick didn't go very far. Good contest in the middle of the ground. Held up by Corrigan. Spills out again to Case. He's having a great quarter. Gets the hand pass out defensively now. Taken by Hogan. Hogan kicks towards the wing on the outer side.
Gilbert.
And Gilbert's got the footy. Sam Gilbert on the left. Wobbly kick. Horrible kick. It's always been an awkward kicking style. And it's out of bounds on the floor. And I think the Saints supporters have always been a bit critical of that kicking style, even though he played over 200 games for them. So free kick to be taken by Jaden Tooth for Dromana. He kicks down the line. Good mark nearly on the second. Grabbed by Billy quickly off hands and out of bounds. He had a bit of... In fact, you'll get if you've been paid the mark. Not sure about that. But anyway, opposed to Luke Verma. On the Colin Matthews wing here at Dromana. Goes in short now to Hutchison, the veteran, with the knee bandage. He pops his kick now, looking for Taylor. But, well taken by Gilbert. Candidate for catapult mark of the day. Delivers forward of the play again to Casey. He's having a huge influence for BOG, for Rosebud Country Club. Dominating. Anytime Fitness scoreboard, the lead 20 points at the moment. Casey kicks long, inside 50. No one can take the mark. Players get back to help out. One of those was Dean Ward, one of the best intercept marks in the competition. The Dromana star, and it's out of bounds in the forward pocket. Gormley back on. Just can't get the ball past the wing at the moment, being outplayed by Bonbeach. Tap to the back again. Here's McDonald under pressure, 30 metres from goal. He feeds the hand pass out. It's intercepted by Gertz. That's Josh Gertz. He delays the hand pass, looking for Henneman. He's pushed off the line of the footy. Good play by Stenning. And it's run over the boundary again by Josh Gertz, who's flying a flag. But I'll tell you what, Will Dunn is doing a lot of good work in those orange iridescent boots for Bonbeach at the moment. And they're keeping the ball inside, attacking 50 as they lead by 20 points. Boundary thrown again to the city end of the ground here at Dromana. Stenning goes in, loses control of the footing. He's at ground level. A lot of players clambering around. Sullivan, the small forward, tries to keep it inside, attacking 50 for the Sharks. Not able to, and it's thrown up once again. Dean Ward there as well for Dromana. Macca not far away. On him at the moment is Marcazani. Tapped down again. Here's Gilbert trying to get a clearing kick. Goes about 2 metres and eventually cleared out of defence by Sam Gertz. He kicks to the wing for the Tigers. Almost a good mark there to Saligo has been quiet. Punched down by McLean. Now good hand pass Andrews. Out to Josh Gertz. Josh Gertz gets a kick that pitches towards Higgins in the mud there. Saligo goes down, loses his footing. And there's a free kick, and it'll go the way of Douglas at half-back. Matty Douglas named in the team of the decade. Had a great function there last month, organised by the man next to me, Matt Lowe. Kicks down the middle of the ground again. Finds Peckett. Peckett takes the mark on his own. The son of Justin. Kicks now towards Lee. Not a great kick. Kicked it on his head. Fisted away by War for Dromana. Ball's attacking side centre square. Spills out again. Taken in a tackle. Right. Is it holding the ball, or is it Dennis Lane that was taken in the tackle? Dennis Lane. Free kick to go the way of Dromana.
Billy Quigley.
Quigley with the footy. He's been pretty good, needs a bit more support. He kicks to the outer side of the ground. Oh, Hutchison lunging forward, couldn't take the mark. Dromana have got numbers on the spillage again. The hand pass misses the target. Lee went in, trying to lay a tackle. Couldn't do much on that occasion, but at least he holds it up.
Pretty important next 5 minutes, I think, guys. Bonbeach will look to really get some fruit for their work this quarter, but a goal by Dromana will really bring that margin back. So the next 5 minutes really important.
Pickett involved in that exchange. Here's Lee now as he tries to get it close to the boundary. Can't. Scrubbing kick. There's going to be a free kick off the play. And it will go to Dromana. Saligo goes backwards. Taylor has it behind the centre square now at half back. Can't switch at the moment. They've got to go straight down the middle. Spills to the back of the pack. Here's Peckett now, dancing. Confronted, handballs to right at close quarters, right in short. Mark taken by Gent, who was shoved forward, could have nearly been 50. He's got Stenning. He's calling for it on the broadcast side. He doesn't see him. He's going to go straight down the middle or maybe favour the outer side with the breeze. Leading by 20 points, kicks high. No mark taken. McDonald, he's there on the left as he roves it. He's a dangerous man, McDonald. He's kicked two, absolute ripper so far. Nearly kicked a third, and he misses to the left-hand side. 8-4-52 to 4-7-31. All Bonbeach at the moment. Anytime Fitness scoreboard. They've got the wind thanks to our major sponsor, Mornington Timber and Decking. Back into play. Musgrave favours the half-back line. Quigley up. Had it fisted away by Stenning at the drop. Missed by Dan Gertz. Stenning is there, taken in a tackle. Put on him by Gertz. Quigley's there again. He's mown down. Missed by Dan Gertz again. Stenning up numbers around the footy at the moment, Bonbeach. To Gent. He fobs them off like flies. Gets a hand pass defensively out to Liam Hewlett. That'll test the 40. Kicks long to the teeth of goal, but the defenders are back again, and they mark last line of defence for Dromana. It's going to be a free kick for 50-metre penalty. Not sure what it was for. Could have been off the mark again, that horrible rule, Ben. Dean Wall with it. He kicks into the middle. They're missing their targets, aren't they? Taken by Jai Taylor. Jai Taylor burns off a couple of opponents for Dromana and pops a little kick now. The mark is taken, and that was by Tovey, I should say. He gets it now to Gormley, and Gormley takes the mark at half forward. Came from Crimmins. Gormley in short, lead being made, and stretching high and taking the mark. A chance for a shot at goal here. They needed just to lower the eyes a bit and take their time, and this is young Higgins with the mark at centre half forward. Need to kick the goal. Urgently need to kick the goal here. 21 points the lead, 24 minutes in the second quarter on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard.
Needs to kick through the footy here.
He does. Nathan Higgins on the right, on the orange boots, but the kick is away to the right-hand side, another behind. It's 20 points now, 4-8-32, 12 scoring shots apiece. Mirror image of what Bonbeach have done, 8-4-52. 4 goals to 1 in this quarter. And the 12 scoring shots, the poor kicking might cost them dearly. Corrigan's kick, looking for Gilbert, getting hands on it. Gormley does well to win it. Gets the hand pass off to Quigley, taken in a tackle. He wanted a handball on the inside, had to handball on the outside. Lost it. Handball goes forward again towards centre half forward now for Dromana. Sam Gertz was taken down in a tackle. Stenning was outstanding. And is that holding the ball? I think it might be.
Consistency again.
Yes. Jackson Casey. I mean, look, again, it was red hot, but as long as they're consistent. I wouldn't normally like that rule to be given every week. So, long kick towards the half-back line. Joe Fisher collapses the pack, but the umpire said illegally, and Dean Wall was camped underneath it. Colt one, receiving the free kick, attacking side of the wing. Wall confronted by Fisher, kicks it low and
Great
flat
kick.
into the pocket. It's a great kick. An outstanding kick, and it comes off.
Oh.
But the kick's no good, looking for Taylor. Intercepted by Gent. He should have had a shot at goal, even though he's hard on the boundary. Turned over again. I've liked the game of Shannon for Dromana, but again he misses the target. That's really let them down, their use of the footy. Gormley couldn't take it. Now they've got an opportunity through Jai Taylor. He gets the hand pass off again, and the left foot kick by Wall inside 50, finds a target. Douglas gets him in the back, and I think that's going to be 50, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Got him over the face, basically. Good, strong mark taken. Backing into a pack. Candidate for mark of the day for the Catapult Sports, and it will be Billy Quigley receiving it and kicks the goal from the goal square, and they certainly needed that right on half-time, Dromana. Been outplayed a bit this quarter, 5-8-38 to 8-4-52, 2 goals to Billy Quigley, and again, he's one player really flying the flag for Dromana at the moment. Ben Holmes probably needs a bit more support, but what you need to be doing a bit better is using your footy.
Exactly, yeah. Well, he stood up all year, Dan. Best year I've ever seen Billy Quigley play. He's been a superstar this year, and he's doing it again today. So you're right, he needs another 5 or 6 guys to come along with him. Round
the grounds for Coringal Hub. Thank you, Paulie Wilson. 15-point lead to Pines, 37-22.
Whale can rest.
Frankston YCW 44, EDS 15, and the Bombers 58 have a good lead over Rosebud 23. But Pines need the Bombers to fall away in the second half if they're to make the finals. But they're doing everything right against Mount Eliza, who will play the winner of this game in a qualifying final next week. Tap down, 38-52. Important goal, Matt, for Dromana. They're right on half-time, but your side have played pretty well in this quarter.
Yeah, pretty well. I used the ball well and controlled most of the quarter, but probably would have liked to be a goal or two further in front, I would have thought.
Get excited, man.
I think their tackling's been second to none this quarter. Their tackling pressure's been
It has.
sensational.
It's forced a lot of errors too, hasn't it? I still don't think they've used the ball even when they've had a bit of space as well as they would like, Dromana. Overusing it. Gilbert a handball to Sullivan from the stoppage. Gets the hand pass out wide again to Dunn and then to Stenning, but he turns it over and at the back almost brought down. He was mown down, but he got his boot to ball, Shannon, but he turns it over to Corrigan. Corrigan on the burst, bangs it long. Is there a mark on the siren? Taken by Dunn, I think it might be. Did he take it right on the siren?
No.
Or after the siren?
Umpire's call for the footy. He's tried to claim it.
Yeah, just a millimetre after the siren. Great mark backing back into the pack. Hasn't he been impressive? Well done. Candidate for our BAG for the Rosebud Country Club. And one of a number of very good players. 5-8-38 to 8-4-52. Bonbeach by 14 points. Anytime Fitness scoreboard. We will go around the grounds. Thank you very much, Paul, for the Coringal Hub and YCW blowing Edithvale Aspendale away with a 6-goal-to-none second quarter. 8-2-50 to 2-3-15. The Bombers are 10-4-64. Rosebud are 3-5-23. Pines 8-2-50. Ending the season nicely against Mount Eliza, 3-4-22. And Red Hill, 6-3-39. Sorrento getting ready for the holidays, 2-1-13. Struggling badly. Let's see if we can get a Division 2 score. And it's Coringal leading Somerville, 4-4-28 to 3-5-23 in the second quarter. The winner will play Langwarrin next week. And the loser will play the winner of tomorrow's game. They haven't played finals for a while. Great to see them there between Devon Meadows and also Pearcedale at Chelsea. This game at the moment just down the road at Rice. So plenty of great local footy down on the southern part of this wonderful part of the world, the Mornington Peninsula in the MPNFL. We've got Ben Holmes, former Rye and Dromana, star in the Eastern Footy League. He's been everywhere. They call him Lucky Star when it comes to local footy. And the former president of Bonbeach, life member there now, Matt Lowe, to tell us what they thought of the first half of footy, thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking. 4-2 in that quarter for Bonbeach, 8-4-52 on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Dromana 5-8-38. Boys, what did you like about the first half of footy? Good game.
It's been a good game of footy, yeah. I think Bonbeach have started.
Hi everyone, we are at St Andrew's Brewery today in Fingal and I am standing with Tim, who is the branding and marketing manager here at the brewery. Can you talk to us a little bit about the brewery and what you have to offer here?
Yeah, for sure. So we're located in Fingal, down on the Mornington Peninsula. We converted an old horse training facility into the brewery and venue. So we've got a massive beer garden. We've converted the old stables into dining areas so groups can come down. we've got a wide menu, so burgers, pizzas,
Awesome.
Salads for the vegetarians as well. Got a kids menu too.
And you obviously brew your own beer here. So what's the most popular drop?
Our two most popular beers are our Pale Ale and our Aussie Lager. Particularly here at the venue and all the footy guys that come in, we go through a heap of Aussie Lager. We also make our own cider and seltzer too.
You're a big supporter of the Rye Football Club.
Yeah.
Also the MPNFL, Game Face. What makes you want to support the community in that way?
So yeah, like I used to play footy at Rye, like from when I was like 10 through to like 20. I think I played till I was like 21. So I know how important local sport is for the community. To tap into it, support it, it was a no-brainer really.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We love St Andrew's Brewery. We love your beer. We give away a slab every week. And you're a really important supporter of Game Face. So thank you, and thanks for chatting to me today.
No worries.
Today with John, who is the owner of Mornington Timber and Decking, a fabulous family-owned business here. John, tell us about your company and what services you provide.
We mainly concentrate on decking, screening, timber and composite decking. Commercial is probably about 30%, and do it yourselves. And we also engage our customers who build decks for other people, so we kind of manage it a little bit for them. Bring the two parties together, and everybody's a winner out of that.
Yeah, so you're saying winter is like a little bit of a quieter month for the decking side of the business?
Yes.
So what other things are you doing in the meantime?
We do picnic tables. We also manufacturing screens at the moment, which are quite good and a good mover. But the picnic tables and the outdoor settings is very good. We've just done 10 picnic tables for the South Melbourne market, which will be delivered in about a week or so.
There you go, Mornington Timber and Decking. If you're in the market for a new deck or screening, anything like that, come on down, have a chat to John and the team, and they'll be able to help you out with some of the great Australian hardwoods and lots of other products available. We're down at the Rosebud Country Club today, and with me is Lockie, one of the trainee golf professionals in the pro shop. Now, Lockie, tell me a little bit about the Rosebud Country Club and who comes here and what's the vibe?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, we've got a good mix here of sort of members that pay on a yearly basis. You get the regulars that pop in the door, but yeah, good mix also of public play, a lot of social golf booking. So it's probably, I'd say, probably 80% membership based, 20% social play. Next year, but always busy, so it keeps us on our toes.
And Rosebud Country Club, a huge supporter of local sport. Do you get a few of the local footy clubs coming down?
Yeah, I think in COVID times, definitely got a lot of the guys, especially with the footy clubs.
What does that mean to you guys to be involved with Game Face and MPNFL?
Yeah, it's obviously it's a massive part of our development here as well. We've had a lot of members help out financially for juniors and members, I guess, coming through to get them started with golf. So I guess what we're all about here. Massive sense of community pride down at the footy club. The league down here is huge. Yeah, it's good to have a lot of those guys in here and play as well.
to go, is it? If there's an issue, get on the phone and talk to Nathan. That's what Glenn said.
That's no issue. That's
Okay. Right, so we'll start, will we? We'll start, Glenn. We'll just start. If there's an issue, ring him. All right, you've got to talk to Nathan, Adam. He doesn't want any more should be right, because I'll get myself into trouble. No, you just call it. You've got to call it yourself. Call Nathan. Sam, this is Ben.
Yep, perfect. They already met.
You've met. Good. Righto, mate. So, no barracking?
Nah, obviously not.
But obviously I'll ask you from a Bonbeach perspective, how do you think the game's going?
Yep.
How do you think the side's going? What do you think they need to do?
Yep.
Just if you come up with anything that you think, you know about the players that I don't know, that Ben doesn't know, and he'll do the same thing with Dromana, just come in and say, tap me on the shoulder and say, Dan, I've picked this, I've picked that out. Don't be afraid to open your trap. Just come in whenever you want to come in,
Perfect.
mate.
Sounds good.
And I'll say to you, well, how do you think things are going? Just
All right, done.
keep an eye on it, all right? What's your surname?
McElwain.
McElwain.
Yeah, there you go.
Righto, good. Very good. It's a good game of footy.
You got the goals?
I've got them all bar one.
I missed one of the Bonbeach ones.
Yeah, Fisher,
Fisher,
McDonald
Fisher
2, Gent
McDonald
1,
2.
and Dennis
Gent.
Lane 3. Who's the other one for Dromana?
Gent, I missed Gent's one. I got
Andrews 1, Quigley 2.
and Billy Gertz one.
Oh, yes. No, Billy. Of course he did. I've got it, actually. I didn't see it. Yeah. Thanks, mate. All right. We're right, are we, Adam? Yeah. Okay, good. So we just start? Yeah. Welcome back to Dromana. And great to be here. Sam McElwain has replaced Matt Lowe, who's going to get something to eat. Played in the reserves today. Welcome, Sammy. Good to have you with us, mate.
Thanks, Dan. Good to be here.
How would you describe the first half of footy? Some work for Dromana to do, but your boys playing pretty well.
Yeah, they're playing well, spreading well from the contest, which has been good. Something we've been focusing on the past few weeks. So, yeah, and kicking straight for once, which has been good.
The inside mids of both teams. Ben Holmes still with us. Probably, as we discussed before, Ben, not having massive influences, but getting a little bit of the footy, but not dominating.
Yeah, exactly. I think the team who's winning at the moment is that who gets it on the outside, actually, and gets the run happening. That last quarter was a majority Bonbeach.
It certainly was. I thought their pressure inside 50, Sam, was outstanding. The latter part of the quarter in particular. So the second half to get underway here, thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking, our major sponsor. Billy Gertz wins it down 8-4-52 to 5-8-38. Sean Corrigan's there, had it dislodged at half-back for the Sharks. Casey couldn't get the hand pass out. Ben McLean throws it on the boot. Sullivan's there, taken down in a tackle, going nowhere in a hurry. In the first half, maybe those free kicks might have been given. Shannon was hanging on for dear life, but he really had no prior opportunity as Billy Gertz gets an open-handed slap opposed to Liam Hewlett. He's given away a free kick, or it's a free kick off the play to Casey. Casey's got Bailey wide or Liam Hewlett wide, goes for the latter, and he marks in front of the Dromana coach's dugout, just behind the wing. Terry Wheeler's on the mark. First game back for Big Liam after a long time foot injury. Kicks towards half forward. Getting in the road, Sam Gertz wins at the ground. Casey's there. Sullivan at ground level. Spun around in a tackle. Holding the ball. It's definitely there if the rest were there in the first half. Free kick to Billy Quigley. Goes by hand to his great mate Sam Gertz. Has been pretty quiet. He lobs a kick towards half forward on the outer side. Turnover. Good mark, Corrigan. Daisy cuts it back inside now to Casey. He's been superb again. Casey a half distance pass. Looks for Sullivan. Sullivan wears one as he takes the mark. He goes wide again with the foot passing. Finds Armitage who takes the mark again. Attacking side of the wing. Completes the mark and goes wide to Corrigan. Keeps running. He's at left half forward as they bring it into the breeze. That's a low pass. That didn't go the required distance, and also it wasn't on the up either. You're right, Ben. And he gobbled up on a tackle. Is done, and it'll be thrown up at half forward. But you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get through the Dromana defence and go around them instead of going through them.
That's on the full.
Yes, free kick. Quick kick inside 50. Not a great kick, and Billy Gertz gets back. Got to stop. This is what they're trying to not do. Kick it straight to him, who's getting back as the loose man. Covering a lot of territories. He always does, the best ruckman in the comp. Quigley having a big influence as well, but some of their other prime movers down at the moment for the Tigers, up by 14 points. Goes across the goal face and finds Musgrave at full-back. He'll head to the outer side of the ground again. Ooh. Great interception by Casey at the slip. Handball comes out to War. Now to Taylor. Taylor does well to run around a couple of opponents, particularly Dunn. Has a bounce, kicks it low. That's better. Great rebound footy by Dromana.
This breeze, he'll have this.
Yes,
so.
Andrews has kicked one. He got away from his opponent. He'd given Douglas the slip. And this is what happens, Sam, isn't it? When you get on the rebound and your players have gone forward, it's hard for them to get back.
Yeah, especially with that win. That win's quite strong. Being out there in the last game, I think it's about 4 or 5 goal breeze.
They kicked 4 goals to 2 in the second quarter, the Sharks, with the breeze. And Dromana were inaccurate after a terrible start with the breeze in the opening quarter. Here's Big Andrews. He's a big kick, and he's kicked an absolute ripper. That was going nowhere but straight, boys. 8-point lead now. Jordy Andrews kicks his second, 33rd of the season, and puts himself in the running for our goal of the day for Growth Syndicates Australia. 6.844 to 8.452 on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Anywhere, anytime, with over 500 gyms around Australia. And major sponsor Mornington Timber and Decking.
Better footy by Dromana then, running off half-back. JT very impressive with speed, and then didn't blast away, lowered his eyes and hit up the leading forward. It's good.
Certainly did. Thrown up in the middle again. Billy Gertz having a big influence again. Beats Hewlett, and he'll fall off his own footy. Soccers it off the ground. Gormley comes the other way to help him out. Then might have been a little bit clumsy getting into the back of an opponent in the middle of the ground. It's holding the ball. Now, there's no way, absolutely no way Liam Hewlett could get rid of that. Gormley gets the free kick. Handballs to the outside runner in Shannon. Kicks long towards Andrews, just over his head. Douglas is with him, out of bounds in the left forward pocket. That was definitely not holding the ball.
Oh, a bit stiff there, I reckon.
Very stiff. But they give them all the time. If the player's camouflage and you can't get rid of it, how can you possibly, and he's making the play, how can you possibly, it's not just here, it's all levels of footy. Boundary throw-in, tap to the front again by Liam Hewlett, working at ground level, trying to win it out, not able to was Higgins. Spills to Casey now of Bonbeach. He hooks around the body, lands safely with, I thought Lee had taken the mark, it tumbled out as he tumbled to the ground, and it'll be thrown up at half forward.
Stiff not to be paid the mark there.
Yeah, in a very muddy part of the ground. They're into attack at the moment, at Dromana. They're within 8 points. Loose ball, both teams going hard. No one can get a clean possession. They fight hard on the deck. It's at centre half forward. Michael Wright is there for the Sharks. Coming in off the ground, there's Lachlan Stenning, who's been good today, playing off half back. Gertz, Billy, wins it down again, missed by Quigley. Hands and knees hand pass by Josh Gertz. Getting rid of it now is Stenning. His handball didn't quite find the target. Josh Gertz goes in again. Does well to hurry a little kick. Squeezes it into the pocket looking for Andrews. Douglas wearing him like a glove out of bounds in the right forward pocket as they attack again Dromana. A lot of repeat forward 50 entry. 5 minutes gone in the third quarter. And it's 6.844 to 8.452. Margin 8 points. Boundary throwing. Tapping it down, Higgins doing the ruck work for Dromana at the moment. A lot of players around the contest. Good tackling by the defence of Bonbeach, and McLean ends up with it. Quigley wraps him up, 25 from goal. 52 plays 44 on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Liam Hewlett wins it down again. Good tackling by Marcazzani. Handball comes out to Quigley, gets the kick run down again. Douglas is there, he can't get it. And now they'll clear out of defence across half back. Nice ball by Stenning towards Lee. Lee loves to run. 2 opponents in pursuit for Bonbeach. Skidding ball towards McDonald. McDonald's clever. Hard on the boundary. He beats 1. He beats 2. But the kick was almost coming back. But Taylor skids in and takes the mark millimetres from the goal line. It was great effort by McDonald. He was hemmed in. But he did very, very well to weight the kick towards the goal square. Finds Mushiali. Mushiali to Dan Gertz. Dan Gertz squares it inboard. Looking for Hutchinson, who's pushed in the back. And he'll take the free kick in the middle of the ground. Getting a lot of footy at the moment. Gets the hand pass off now. Dancing one way, then the other, Taylor. Taylor lobs a kick to Quigley. Takes a candidate for mark of the day. Stretching in over his opponent. Monopolising the footy at the moment, the Tigers. They've only got 1 goal back, though, with the breeze this quarter. He Goes defensively with the pass to Sam Gertz, looking to open it up a little bit. Wing on the outer side. 52-44, the Sharks by 8 points. Kicks towards Billy quickly, but Michael Wright gets in the road. He had an oncoming train behind him, but showed wonderful courage to get 2 hands in it and put it over the boundary on the wing on the outer side. So it'll be thrown back into play. 52 plays 44. On the Anytime Fitness scoreboard, handball comes out. Knocked down again by Gertz, close to the boundary. Mitch Gent couldn't get it. And eventually the Sharks whack it around that wing, looking to get valuable meterage, but just not getting a lot of the footy at the moment, Sam.
No, they're not really. Just been hemmed in a bit on that side, that far wing here. So wait and see. Might come out this back way and then try use his width out here.
Boundary throw in once more. Liam Hewlett taps to the front of the pack. Good tackle laid by Marcazani. Mitch Gent does well to wait a hand pass, but it was too close to the boundary again, as Sam said. Dromana hemming them in around that outer side, playing into their hands a bit. But in 8 minutes of footy, they've minimised the damage okay, the Sharks, to only concede the 1 goal. The big Geordie Andrews has got 2 of the 6 that Dromana have kicked. 52-44 in the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Billy Gertz wins it out of the ruck. Drives it to half forward. Almost a good mark. Couldn't quite hang on to it. Quigley now gets the hand pass out towards Josh Gertz. Feeds a hand pass on the outside to Quigley again. He lobs a kick inside 50. 2 attempts at it. Higgins couldn't take the mark. Bailey taken down on a tackle as it's a push in the back against Saligo, as it was at the Rove at the back. It was a dangerous location, and Bailey had to get the hand pass out as he grabbed it off the pack, but Saligo got into his back in the 10-metre goal square. He goes in short to the back pocket on the broadcast side, or the clubroom side. Douglas.
Important ball, this.
Boxed in, kicks towards the half-back line, getting up and taking a big, strong mark. McLean, the clunker for Catapult Sports. Landing awkwardly is Tovey. He's in short again. It's a terrible kick. Harris gets in the road, but taken down at a tackle. He's shoved to ground in the tackle by Verma, and he might have hurt himself. He's landed awkwardly, hasn't he, young Tovey? Thrown up again. He's just trying to walk it out. Gertz wins it. Gets the hand pass out towards his younger brother, Josh. Bo Bailey on hands and knees does well to get it towards Casey. Casey's thrown down in a tackle. He couldn't get the hand pass out cleanly to Gent, who's held on to by Tovey. He's recovered okay, and it'll be thrown up once more. Between wing and half forward. Knocked down Gertz. Trying to get in the road. Working hard to get hold of the footy, but not able to, is Harris of Dromana. Bursting through, Sam Gertz does well, handball to Taylor. Hospital hand pass done, was pressing. Here's Luke Verma. He gets the hand pass out. Harris is there again, also claimed. Can't get it for Dromana. Trying to work through both teams. It's a good contest. Shannon did well, and shoving it forward further. Player was absolutely crunched, coming the other way. And then there's a shot at goal, and it was absolutely outstanding pressure by both teams. They've had a shot at goal there through Higgins, who was crunched almost in the goal square. He got boot to ball under immense pressure and kicks it behind for Dromana. 6-9-45 to 8-4-52. They just kept shoving it forward under immense pressure.
It's a hot footy. Heat's gone up again now, Dan.
It certainly has. Corrigan on the line here, Ben. Kicks close to the line. Ben McLean gets up. Can't take the mark. Off hands. Does well at ground level. Tried to Fossick a hand pass out to Osland, who has to be the tackler. On War. Now in the direction of Wheeler. Wheeler on hands and knees. Climbing in hard. Also holding it up. Doing a pretty good job is Saligo of Dromana, whose brother plays in the showdown tonight to complete a great first year for Adelaide. Pick 14 in last year's national draft. Knocks it down, missed by Casey, taken by Armitage. That big body holds firm. Now Bo Bailey takes it. Sam Gertz coming the other way under pressure from Peckett. He wore a bump from Peckett and kept his eye on the footy. Mark of the day for Catapult Sports. Back inside 50 for the Tigers. Pack forms Billy quickly. He's there. Rode by Josh Gertz. Off the pack. He'll kick the goal despite being tackled. Great finish by the kid. Josh the Kid, 1 point the lead now for Bonbeach, 8-4-52. Dromana 7-9-51. That's magnificent footy IQ by the kid. 2 goals now to Dromana, and they did deserve it, Sam, because they've been inside 50 constantly in this quarter.
Yeah, they have, and it didn't help that Bonbeach probably had 4 go up then and probably had no one down, so he's just read that and gone the front of the footy and just cleaned it straight up.
And there's more to come, isn't there, in the Gertz family, Ben?
One more to come. That's Josh's bread and butter. I coached him in under-17s last year, and he can hit the packs at full speed. Which is,
so you're going to claim it? You taught him everything he knows?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, you've got a great record with the great man. Here's Hutchison out of the middle again. He scrambles a kick towards half forward. Can't get the hand pass out. Gormley's helping Billy quickly out to try to get the hand pass out. Now, Josh Gertz, who's loved it all day in the hard stuff, he soccers it off the ground to half forward. Andrews does well to keep his footing. Douglas couldn't. There's Sam Gertz trying to bust his way through. Handball's on the outside to Andrews, who's run down on a tackle, put on him. Good play on that occasion by Armitage to hold it up at half forward. They just can't get the footy at the moment outside their defensive 50. They're hanging on for grim life. They're 1 point up at the moment, 13 gone in the third quarter for Anytime Fitness, thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking. Gormley on the outside, gets the hand pass out again to Harris. Harris overruns it, can't get the footy. Olsen tried to tackle him, goes close to the boundary. Dan Gertz is there, and it'll be thrown back into play.
They can't get their hands on the footy, Dan, but their pressure's still sensational.
It is.
Pressure and their tackling, and so many tackles in this quarter again.
Well, it's a finals-like game, so much on the line. There's going to be a free kick off the play. Dromana getting those.
Big Bill.
Yeah, Big Billy. Fisher in the ruck at the moment, and he's just giving away a bit of strength, and he leant into him to try and win the contest and infringed. He'll bang it long towards full forward. Sam Gertz nearly took the mark, and now when the ball hits the ground, he has a chance to kick the goal, but across the face. Hit the belly of the ball as he recovered brilliantly and hard on the boundary. It wasn't a bad effort, but he just couldn't quite screw it around the way he wanted to, and it goes right across the face from one forward pocket to the other. Boundary throw-in. They're back into attack. They're down by 1 point, Dromana. 52 plays 51. Fisted down by Fisher once again. Overrunning at Saligo. Still inside attacking 50 for the home side of the Tigers, and they lock it up again. Parry and thrust. They've hardly been forward this quarter. Bonbeach. Trent Dennis-Lane, Sam, kicked 3 goals in the opening 10 minutes. Probably hasn't touched it since, but he did set up a big lead. Fisted down again by Fisher. Bo Bailey's there, working hard to try and win the footy for the Sharks. Can't. Throwing up once more.
Look at Dromana here. They've got pretty much every single player on the ground at the halfway mark. So they pretty much just hemmed that footy in and just built a wall around. You can see they've got probably 3 or 4 loose at least. So
they've got to try and work their way around it. Armitage handballs to Bailey. Bailey kicks high again. It's Liam Hewlett, 1 on about 5. He brings it to ground, taking it hard. Peckett, crunch front on. Taken now eventually by Musgrave. Handball to Dean Moore inside. Gets offloaded. Kicks inside 50. Oh, that's an outstanding mark by McLean for Catapult Sports. He's taken a lot of contested marks today and a lot of marks across half back. Intercepting. Mitch Gent does well to receive the footy. He got pushed down, and then he tried to get it to Jackson Casey. And was it touched or something? Because I thought it went the required distance, didn't it?
I reckon he might not have called it 15 metres then.
Yeah, well, there's been a few like that, and I suppose they've been consistent, but I'm not sure that wasn't 15. Anyway, Josh Gertz on the bottom of the pack. He's made to earn the footy by Stenning, who holds him up attacking side. Thrown up again, 52 to 51. They haven't scored this quarter, Bonbeach, in the first 15 minutes on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. A couple of goals with the win to Dromana. Tap down, taken defensively by Mitch Gent. Kicks towards the middle of the ground. Liam Hewlett couldn't take the mark. Had it fisted away. Back in the middle of the ground. Luke Verma lays a tackle for the Sharks on Billy Quigley. He's having a massive influence again. Candidate maybe for BAG for the Rosebud Country Club. Thrown up once more. Joe Fisher gets a little hand on that. Gertz gets the hand pass out. Left foot kick again by Shannon. I've been impressed with his game. Gets it to Sam Gertz at half forward. In pursuit, McLean tackles him. He tries to get out of the tackle that's holding the ball. He got a hand pass out, but I just have a feeling that the tackle was a bit too good, and it might have been a clean hand pass, Ben. Free kick to Ben McLean, who's been really good in defence, resolute, but that ball sailing towards the boundary line. Standing tall, looking to mark it. Tovey was camped underneath it, couldn't quite get his hands on it as a big pack came and whacked it over the boundary just behind the wing. 52 plays 51. We've played nearly 17 minutes in the third quarter. Boundary throw-in, thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking. Mitch Gent. Opposed to Billy Quigley. The tap was good by big Billy Gertz down to Saligo, who's taken in a Corrigan tackle immediately. Attacking side of the wing again for Dromana.
Oh,
Billy Quigley knocks it back and gets a free kick.
Oh,
Advantage taken
kick
by
that,
Billy
he'll kick
Quigley.
that.
Billy can kick this long. He can kick it, but he doesn't. Behind. Scores level. 7-10, 52 to 8, 4-52. 17 scoring shots to 12. Again, a bit like the first quarter. Not putting the score on the board when they've been going forward, Dromana. It's been completely played at one end of the ground in this third term.
Billy Quigley's had a great game.
Oh, he has.
He needed to ice that one.
He did. Marcazzani back on for the Tigers. McLean favours the outer side of the ground again for the Sharks. High ball, Gent up, can't mark it, brings it to ground. Good roving done. Handball to Gent. Handball towards Armitage. Now to McDonald. McDonald kicks towards half forward. Camped underneath the Peckett. It was a great kick. His kicking's always exquisite. He looks to play on the son of Frankie. Kicks inside 50. Dennis Lane!
Yes!
Mark of the day. Catapult mark of the day by Dennis Lane. Your beauty. He was in the middle of the pack, and you could tell, boys, probably 5 to 10 metres out, Sam, you know him pretty well, that he had that written all over him.
Oh, you could see him setting it up. He was waiting for it. He had big, wide open the eyes there, and he's just eating that straight up.
It was a good kick, wasn't it? Great kick by Peckett, great kick by McDonald. If the good players can get hold of the footy, Ben, they're going to be hard to stop on Bonbeach.
The one player on that wing that did well and was actually done because he actually kept the footy going forward.
He's been terrific today. Here's Dennis Lane for his fourth goal. 40 metres out. He doesn't miss. He does on this occasion.
You've mozzed him, Dan.
I've mozzed him. 3 goals too. Chris Holcomb and I used to have this chat when we called a couple of Bonbeach games early in the season. I said he won't miss, and he missed a couple. Gee, he doesn't normally miss that. 8-5, 53 to 7-10, 52. Straight down the middle of the ground. Wheeler back in after his shoulder rock. Great to have him on the footy show a couple of weeks ago. Tumbles forward, takes the mark at half back. They lead by a point, the Sharks. Nearly time on right. Knocked off the footy by young Gertz, who spins out of a tackle. That's Josh Gertz and gets it back again. Well done.
Oh.
Got the hand pass to Hanneman. Wasn't ready for it, but the tackle might linger. Free kick against right, and Hanneman in front of our commentary position will take the free kick for Dromana.
He's lucky you dropped the ball.
He was. He goes back. Oh, terrible kick to Marcazzani. Couldn't take the mark. Good pressure by Liam Hewlett. Poor option then by Hanneman. One by Lee. 2 slick though for McDonald to pick up. War intercepts and goes across the face front of the change rooms, and he finds Crimmins. Crimmins goes back with an awful kick to War, but War's on his own. 20 metres clear. Inside defensive 50 for the Tigers. Spots up a player as he goes inside. It's centre half back, and it's Taylor. Having a fine year for Dromana, who trailed by a point. That kick's not great. On the half volley to Hanneman. In front of Peckett. Handball to Gormley, puts him under the pump. On hands and knees. Gets the hand pass back towards Gertz. Gertz threads it despite under immense pressure towards Taylor. Taylor's taken in a tackle. Gormley also met by Lee. Feeds over the top to Hanneman. Handballs now to Quigley. Quigley is confronted. Feeds a long hand pass out to Tovey. Tovey in front of the commentary position. Inside now to Quigley. Quigley handballs back. They're using the handball to lock. Good pressure by the Sharks. Another hand pass. Hanneman gets it out to his teammate in Shannon. Shannon was offloaded. Kicks it long. Andrews was involved in a contest deep into the forward line. There was good pressure by Bonbeach, but the hands by Dromana boys pretty good in close. And they got it deep inside their attacking 50 again. 8-5, 53 to 7-10, 52. 1 point lead. And we've played 20 minutes in the third quarter on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Trying to hack it off the ground, Billy Gertz from the ruck contest. Taken by Bonbeach. They get out of defence. Osland handballs to McDonald, but he ran out of room as he was taken on a tackle. It'll be a boundary throw in inside attacking 50 for Dromana again. Soligo was a player that claimed him.
Dromana really need to use the wind here in this third quarter. 2 more goals, I think, before three-quarter time to be a chance in this game.
Knocked back into play. 40 metres from goal. Going to be a free kick to Dromana off the play. What was that for? Was that kicking in danger?
Yeah,
or was it a bit further back?
It looks like Billy Quigley's going back for it.
Yes. Well, it's not kicking in danger because he wasn't near the footy. Andrews coming off. I thought Andrews might have been bending down to pick it up, and someone socketed it off the ground from his fingers.
Yeah, I didn't see it, Dan. It looks like it might have been a block off the ball or something like that.
So Quigley, what do you think, Sam? Will he kick this?
Yeah, he might. the way he kicked the last one, if he goes right to left here.
Got it.
There you
Well,
go.
Sam knows this ground, even though it's not his home ground. He's put Dromana in front. The great Billy Quigley. The supporters getting excited, the trainers getting excited, everyone's getting excited. The people in the change rooms underneath the Eric J. Oakes Pavilion. And Billy Quigley has Dromana 8:10.58 and right in the mix for BOG for the Rosebud Country Club on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. Bonbeach 8:5.53. The margin 5 points, and Billy has kicked 3.
Continues on with his strong year, Dan. I know his brother Shaq's loaded up on him for the league medal this year.
Billy, you are king of Dromana, thrown up in the middle of the ground. It's a play on words, boys. Tap down. Here he is again. He wins it out of the middle from the Gertz tap. Inside 50. Over the head of Harris. Fisted down again. Good defence by Waterston. At the back is Osland. Tried to handball out to Stenning, but intercepting. I've loved the game of Josh Gertz. How hard has he been? Just has wonderful footy awareness. Kicked a great goal from that crumb, as we said earlier. Might be in the running for the GSA goal of the day. Boundary throw-in again. Tapped down by Fisher. They just can't get the ball forward this quarter. They've only scored the one behind. Handball again. There's Quigley again. Now they might get it on the outside. Peckett feeds a hand pass inside. A bit slick for Sullivan. He couldn't pick it up. Had to soccer it. Wars in the road. Run down by Lee. Taken again by Gertz. Gets the hand pass out wide to Hanneman. Hanneman kicks long to fall forward. In the road though is Fisher for the Sharks. Handballs towards Verma. Verma stand-start kick. Looking for Stenning but not finding him. And intercepted again by Josh Gertz. What a quarter he's playing.
That's Billy Quigley getting carried off the ground at the moment.
Oh, that's not good.
I didn't see what happened, but it looks like an ankle, I think.
Oh, and he's been nearly best man on the ground. In short to Higgins. Kicks long inside 50. You got crocodile tears, Sam. Falls to the back of the pack. Taken by Dunn. Dunn throws it on the boot as he kept it in just on the line as he got it at the back of the pack. 58-53. 5-point lead. It's not good. Billy limping off. And he has, of course, been their best player. It's kick 3. Gormley gets ready to come on. He's not happy. He's just thrown his mouthguard down in disgust. Boundary throw-in. Taken by Jackson Casey at the back of the pack. Gormley and Lee. Gormley in front as Lee tried to punch it, but Gormley arched his back, put his frame in front, and takes an excellent mark to keep it inside, attacking 50 again. Dan Gertz back on. Gormley steps around Lee. Kicks close to the boundary. Not a great kick. And it's out of bounds on the full. Dunn will inbound for the Sharks. 24 gone. A concerned Matt Price looking at Quigley. In short now to Casey. Casey hugs the boundary in front of our commentary position. Oh, good strong mark taken by... Well, that's a great mark by young Tooth. Candidate for mark of the day for Catapult Sports. Jaden Tooth loads up, kicks inside 50 for Dromana, who lead by 5 points. Knocked to the front of the pack. Good roving McLean. Handballs on the outside to Bailey. They just go back down the same side of the ground again. Knocked down to McDonald. Great hand pass to Sullivan. Handballs to Dennis Lane. He's met straight in a tackle. Taken down. That's got to be holding the ball. No. Oh, a bit lucky. He was taken, and Musgrave, you're right, Musgrave had him straight away. The handball was a hospital. As soon as he got it, he was claimed by Musgrave. Won brilliantly by Billy Gertz down to Gormley. He's taken in a tackle. Bo Bailey and Shane McDonald have got him, and they hold it up. 8:10.58 Dromana, finally hitting the front. Bonbeach, 8:5.53 at one stage. The lead was 20 points just before half-time. Here's Gormley. He gets out of the tackle, throws it on the left. Awkward kicking style, under pressure from Bailey. Bouncing ball near McDonald. Corrigan goes after it now for the Sharks. Handballs towards Wright. Wright going nowhere. Taken over the boundary in a wheeler tackle. And it is three-quarter time, thanks to Mornington Timber and Decking. And that's the score on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. It's Dromana 8:10.58. We'll go around the ground shortly for the Coringal Hub. They lead Bonbeach 8:5.53. And the goal kickers include 3 to Billy Quigley. He's off with an ankle injury. We'll keep an eye on that. 3 to Trent Dennis Lane, all in the first quarter. 2 to Shane McDonald. And also doing a pretty good job for the Dromana side. Josh Gertz, a great goal off the pack. Jordan Andrews and Billy Gertz. We'll get the views of both Sam and Ben in just a second. We'll go around the grounds. And a big lead at the moment. We'll just get that phone back on. Thank you, Ben. You know me with my technology, not one of my strong points. But we're just Checking the scores, we've got them here now. Frankston YCW 66, Edithvale 22, 44-point lead. Bombers 110, Belting Rosebud 3-6-24. Pines are 9-4, 58. Mount Eliza 5-7, 37. Looks like Pines will miss out, but it's been a good performance. And Red Hill 6-5, 41 leads Sorrento 3-5, 23. And, of course, the second division qualifying final, the elimination finals on tomorrow between Devon Meadows and Pearcedale. And the qualifying final, of course, at the moment, it's a tight game.
3 points.
3 points just down the road at Rye. Sorrento 4-8-32, Kringle 4-5-29. The winner will play Langy in the second semi. The loser will play the winner of Devon and Pearcedale in the first semi next week. 5-point lead. Sam, why can you only got one behind in that quarter, Bonbeach? Why can you win? You've got the wind in the last quarter, of course.
I think that wind's going to help. As we saw, the footy's just staying down there. You can't get it out. And this weather looks like it's changing. So rain clouds over down Sorrento way, so wait and see what happens.
It's blue, sort of.
Blue there, but it's dark out there. And
dark at the back.
Yeah, so we'll wait and see, but I think that wind's starting to pick up a bit, so I think Bonbeach just need to play territory footy here, just get it forward and just surge it in and just hold it in there.
What do you think, Ben?
Oh, look, Dromana had all the play that quarter,
did.
but
did they do enough?
No, well, they held them up really well. Their tackling pressure was really there.
Yeah.
I don't think they've hit the scoreboard quite enough. I reckon they would have liked another 1 or 2 of those points to go through as a goal. They'd be sitting a lot more comfortable, but 5 points, is it enough? I don't know. It's touch and go, isn't it?
3-2 to 1 behind in that quarter. Leader 5 points for Dromana. Trent Dennis-Lane might have taken our mark of the day. Had some great marks, some great goals. Mark of the day for Catapult Sports. Goal of the day for Growth Syndicates Australia. So on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard for Mornington Timber and Decking, it's Dromana 8-10-58, Bonbeach 8-5-53. We'll take a quick break. Back with the last quarter shortly. It's an absolute ripper. Top 3 on the line here. Get your game face on.
Today with John, who is the owner of Mornington Timber and Decking, a fabulous family-owned business here. John, tell us about your company and what services you provide.
We mainly concentrate on decking, screening, timber and composite decking. Commercial is probably about 30% and do it yourselves. And we also engage our customers who build decks for other people, so we kind of manage it a little bit for them. Bring the two parties together, and everybody's a winner out of that.
Yeah, so you're saying winter is like a little bit of a quieter month for the decking side of the business?
Yes.
So what other things are you doing in the meantime?
We do picnic tables. We're also manufacturing screens at the moment, which are quite good and a good mover. But the picnic tables and the outdoor settings is very good. We've just done 10 picnic tables for the South Melbourne market, which will be delivered in about a week or so.
So there you go, Mornington Timber and Decking. If you're in the market for a new deck, or screening, anything like that, come on down, have a chat to John and the team, and they'll be able to help you out with some of the great Australian hardwoods and lots of other products available. everyone. We're down at the Rosebud Country Club today, and with me is Lockie, one of the trainee golf professionals in the pro shop. Now, Lockie, tell me a little bit about the Rosebud Country Club and who comes here and what's the vibe?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, we've got a good mix here of sort of members that pay on a yearly basis. You get the regulars that pop in the door, but yeah, good mix also of public play, a lot of social golf booking. So it's probably, I'd say, probably 80% membership based, 20% social play. Actually, but always busy, so it keeps us on our toes.
And Rosebud Country Club, a huge supporter of local sport. Do you get a few of the local footy clubs coming down?
Yeah, I think in COVID times, definitely got a lot of the guys, especially with the footy clubs.
What does that mean to you guys to be involved with game face and MPNFL?
Yeah, it's obviously it's a massive part of our development here as well. We've had a lot of members help out financially for juniors and members, I guess, coming through to get them started with golf. So I guess what we're all about here. Massive sense of community pride down at the footy club. The league down here is huge. Yeah, it's good to have a lot of those guys come here and play as well.
The other gets around a Casey tackle in short, good kick. Gormley, it didn't go 15. Yeah, they haven't paid that for most of the day, and they normally do. It's a new rule, it must be. McDonald penalised for holding the ball. It's dislodged out of his hand. Taken, I've really been impressed with Shannon. Steps around him too easily. Bangs long inside 50. Big fist from Dunn, who's been great. To the front, taken by Lee. Gets a hand pass out to Stenning, charging off half-back. Kicks to Armitage. Marks in front of our commentary position just behind the wing. 169 games at the Saints. Runner-up best and fairest. The Trevor Barker medal at St Kilda. We know he can play. On the left, the boy from Queensland kicks down the line. Nice ball towards Fisher. Can't mark it. At the drop, Lee. He was hanging around, window shopping. Couldn't take the footy with him. Spills out to him again. Throws it on the boot. Wobbles it inside 50. Dennis Lane is there. But great play by Musgrave to knock it over the boundary. He got goal side then. That was very clever by young Hayden Musgrave.
He's been good, Musgrave.
He has.
Moving on to TDL.
He kicked 3 goals early and hasn't really had a lot of it since, bar one outstanding mark for Catapult Sports in the third quarter. 8-10-58 to 9-5-59. Bonbeach by a point. 2.5 gone last quarter. On the Anytime Fitness scoreboard, boundary thrown again. Billy Gertz, candidate for Rosebud Country Club BOG. Player taken high in a tackle, I thought. The umpire let it go. And that was Shane McDonald on the bottom of the pack. He's not too happy about it, Macca.
He's not.
Thrown up again, 30 from goal. Open-handed slap by Gilbert. Good pressure again. High tackle this time.
Gee, that's a big call.
Sam Gertz is not happy about it. I'm not sure about the free kick. If the last one was there or wasn't there, I'm not sure that one wasn't there either.
Yeah.
But look, we're short on umpires. They do a great job. He'll run around Sullivan if he can kick this. Oh, he's kicked a goal, the young fella. 2 in a row now for Bonbeach with the wind. 10-5, 65. Dromana, all to do now. 8-10, 58. 15 scoring shots to 18. And they might rue those missed shots when they dominated the second half of the first quarter, Ben Holmes.
Yeah, their tails will be up now, Dan. 2 early goals. What have we got? 3:45 into the last. So tails up, wind behind them. But see what Dromana can produce here.
And the biggest pest on the peninsula when it comes to sport, the Rooster is here. Hello, Rooster. The great man is here. Go away, Rooster. Thrown up in the middle of the ground again. We love him. Heavily involved with the Dromana Cricket Club. Socket off the ground by Gormley. Couldn't take the mark. Young Josh Gertz gets back to Billy Gertz, who's taken highs. He was ready to try and absorb the tackle from Gilbert, and he did well to allow the shoulder to be taken. Handballs at close quarters to Taylor. Taylor drives inside 50. The defence is there. Wonderful play by that hard-nosed lockdown defender, Nick Waterston. And he puts it over the boundary, 25 metres around from the goal. They're defending at the scoreboard end. 7-point lead, 10-5, 65 to 8-10, 58. 4.5 gone. Back into play. Tap down again by Higgins. Saligo taken without the footy. Teammate taken over the boundary. Terry Wheeler. Right with him, Casey. Nearly 5 gone. Wonderful goal there by Sullivan, doing his job as the small forward. 2 goals to none so far this quarter. They've made most of their opportunities when going forward, the Sharks. Big slap by Gilbert to Casey. Handball doesn't find the target because he was tackled. Picked up again. A hand pass came out from Soligo and he wore some treatment, but he handballed into traffic. And Gormley, who's been pretty solid today, doing some work as well, right in front of the change rooms. At half forward now for Dromana. Against Soligo, receives the tap straight away. He gets collared by a couple of tacklers from Bonbeach. Their defence very good at the moment. Higgins doing the ruck work, off hands. Oh. He then wins the footy, kicks it inside 50, picked up by Gormley, throws it on the boot towards the teeth of goal. Bouncing ball, taken now by Andrews. Didn't get enough on the kick as he hooked it around the body, cleared by McLean. Bouncing ball to half back, Sullivan's there again. He slips over, he gets the hand pass out eventually. Run down as Hogan, who kicks into vacant territory, kicks it into vacant territory, and that is delivered out of bounds on the full. Umpire, you don't know the game if you've given that. He just had to clear the defensive territory. That is definitely not out of bounds on the full. And I know the umpires do a great job, but I just can't believe that was given. Gertz, Daniel, kicks inside 50. Dunn claiming the mark, not paid. Hand pass, slips out now to Casey. Kicks around the body for the Sharks. Big fist again on McDonald. Couldn't take the mark. Handball now loose. Sullivan. His handball's intercepted. Well played, Hanneman. He bursts through. Gets the hand pass now. Breaking tackles. I love the game of Shannon. Shannon straight down the middle. Inside 50. Almost a mark to Douglas. Once, twice, 3 times. He paddles it out from the defensive area to Casey. Now Bailey receives a hand pass. He drives the Sharks long towards the outer side of the ground. McDonald's got the footy. Has a bounce now. He used the body brilliantly. 40 metres out. McDonald opens the angle and kicks a great goal. That's why he's a match winner, Shane McDonald. Lead out to 13 points, 11-5-71 to 8-10-58. And that was brilliant play by Shane McDonald. That's why, Sam, he's a star.
He loves that stuff. That's his favourite stuff. Mac time, we call it down at the club. So I think he might be getting into that territory now. He's been dangerous. That boundary, those throw-ins earlier in the game, in the quarter, he was looking dangerous there. So I think he might kick away here now.
3 goals and 27 for the season. Just need to find a goal now, Dromana Bent.
Well, he finished off there, Macca, but really the defensive of Bonbeach there, the way they stood up, 3-4 times Dromana had a shot on goal there, and they just stood up, tackled, defensive, out the other side, ran the ball down.
Gilbert wins it down. Billy Gertz taking in a tackle. Hand pass Taylor. Now to Josh Gertz. High kick inside 50. Oh, that's a great mark. Reading at best, an outstanding mark at half forward. I've loved the game of this boy, Shannon. How good has he been?
It's been good.
Very good. He just read it. He read the drop the best in front of Michael Wright, and it virtually fell in his lap. They need a goal from this. They're 13 points down. 8 minutes gone. He's been one of the best on the ground for mine for the Rosebud Country Club. 40 metres out. On the left, Shannon kicks. Shannon shanks, unfortunately, behind the margin. 2 goals, 8-11-59, 11-5-71. Anytime Fitness scoreboard. McDonald 3 now, 27 for the season. Corrigan back into play, down the middle to Gent. Gent marks at centre half back for the Sharks. Casey makes a lead out on the broadcast side. Gent will go into the back pocket, though, and he'll find Osland, who takes the mark. 40 metres from the goal there defending. He's in short once more to Bailey. He's had a pretty good game too. He takes the mark at half back. Bo Bailey with the footy for the Sharks. 2 goals there in front. He kicks towards the wing again. Big fist at the back. Good defence by Marcazani. Off hands again. Taken by Gent. Kicks to McDonald. Bouncing ball. He loves it when it bounces. War's right with him though. And they see it out of bounds. One of the best forwards in the comp. One of the best defenders in the comp. So a great battle will ensue now at half forward for Bonbeach. 3 goals to none this quarter. They're back in front after being 5 points down at 3-quarter time at one stage in the second term, going into time on. They're led by 20. A 4-goal-to-2 second quarter for the Sharks. Tap down again. Chance for a shot at goal.
Big goal.
And that is an outstanding goal off the pack. Another one. Verma's kicked the goal off the pack. He got it defensively and he snapped it from 40, and that's going to make it tough now. They've been outstanding. 4 goals to none in the first 10 minutes of the last quarter. Luke Verma kicks a ripper. 12-5-77 to 8-11-59. Margin 18 points. Getting tougher, Sam, now for Dromana.
Yeah, it looks like it. I think Bonbeach has got that second win and they're starting to surge that footy again. Even on that far side there, you saw Gent just handballing it forward, knocking it forward. They're just trying to get territory at this point.
So 77-59. Getting away, Ben?
It looks that way, yeah. It looks like the big names in our Bonbeach's side has really stepped up.
There's a good contest early in the year, which the Sharks won by 13 points. This will be 10 wins from 11. From the stoppage, Sam Gertz, not clean with the hand pass to brother Daniel. Hand pass from Hogan. Osland, Jackson Casey off the edge of the boot. Not a great kick, intercepted by Hutchison. Handballs to Wheeler close to the line. Tries to turn around his opponent Osland, but he's seen over the line by Peckett and Osland, two of the youngsters in front of the Dromana bench, and it'll be thrown back into play. 77 plays 59. 4 goals to none in the last quarter. They probably didn't do enough with the wind in the third quarter, the Tigers. 3-2 to 1 behind. Billy Gertz wins it down, missed by Fisher. Great hand pass, Verma on the up to Jackson Casey. Left foot kick, he gets uploaded. And taking the mark is Armitage just inside the boundary. Armitage at left half forward with that big body. Opposed to Hutchison. Kicks long to Dennis Lane on the lead. What a kick that was. That was a bullet, boys. And Dennis Lane just had half a metre on his opponent, Musgrave. He's done a good job. There was nothing, Ben, he could have done about that Musgrave.
No, it was a forward. That's where you want it. Did not break stride, hands out and clean.
Looking for his 4th and 44th of the season in just his 10th game too, Sam. It's been an outstanding season. Matt Lowe said earlier he thinks it's great that he plays once every couple of weeks. Keeps him fresh. He's been better when he hasn't been on the set shots, bar one early, and he's now kicked 3 goals, 3 stabbed at that a bit. The lead, though, 19 points, 12-6-78 to 8-11-59.
Monster him again,
Anytime fitting the scoreboard. Yeah, I've done it a couple of times. He won't be happy with me, will he? Back into play, Mushiali, halfback flank out of side, taken by War. War kicks down the line. Long ball, but a wonderful intercept mark by Corrigan. Mr. Reliable, marking on the wing now. Bombs the left foot kick high. Armitage is there. Had it fisted away at the back by Mushiali. Sam Gertz overruns it and has to lay a tackle, attacking side centre square on Liam Hewlett. It's good to have him back in the side. His brother Owen at a wedding today. Will be back next week. Thrown up again in the middle of the ground. Liam Hewlett, beaten by Billy Gertz. Pushed off the footy as Casey. Saligo goes in. Hasn't had a chance to get a lot of clean footy today, Nathan Saligo. And it's thrown up again, attacking side of the wing. Sam Gertz and Shane McDonald involved in a bit of an exchange. Casey and Gertz there as Sam Gertz wins it, gets a hand pass on the outside. Couldn't claim it cleanly. Taylor, but turns an opponent inside out, avoids a tackle. Handballs back inside to Sam Gertz. Kicks the half forward. Mark dropped by Higgins. He should have held on to that mark. Thought he took it too easily when he thought the ball was coming in his direction. Verma on hands and knees. Brilliant. Forced it out now to Corrigan. Handballs to Peckett. Back to Corrigan. Charging through the middle. Great kick inside 50 to Fisher. Champagne footy by the Sharks.
Great footy, Corrigan.
But Higgins dropped the mark. He should have taken it centre half forward for Dromana.
Corrigan made him pay, didn't he? The old 1-2 through the middle, lowered the eyes and speared it into the big fella.
The big guns are starting to fire up, Sam, for your team.
Yeah, they are. I think they've realised that we've got the wind and they've got the tails up, so I think we'll see the kick away here.
Looking for their 5th goal for the quarter. Oh, that is a long, high ball that just misses to the left-hand side of set off because he had the distance straight away. Just not quite the accuracy, but it just can't score at the moment. A bit like Bonbeach in the third quarter, kept a 1 behind. Hutchison back into play, lowers the eyes, finds Musgrave, has been a solid lockdown defender today for the Tigers. 79 to 59. Musgrave steps around his opponent Armitage. Kicks towards Wheeler. Can't take the mark. Offhands gentle Peckett. Peckett arrives first. Saligo's there as well. Might have got one high Peckett. Saligo right on the mud patch in front of our commentary position. Wraps it up for the Tigers on the bottom of the pack. Gent is right with him. It'll be thrown up. They need a goal urgently here, the Tigers. Billy Gertz. Missed by Saligo. Good hand pass comes out now towards towards Taylor. Taylor got that hand pass from Crimmins, and they get a kick inside 50 in the direction of Harris. Harris handballs defensively again. Quick kick inside 50 from Tovey. Trying to fist the footy away. McLean standing, gets it at the bottom of the pack, and he took them on. And it's not paid holding the ball. He ties it up. 30 from goal. Lachlan Stenning from the Sharks. 59 plays 79. 15 gone in the final quarter. Anytime fit in the scoreboard. The bad news is Billy Quigley is on crutches. And taking no further part in the game. Will you play next week, Bill? He hopes to, he said. Open-handed slap. Working hard again, Verma on hands and knees, forces it out. Taken on this occasion for Dromana is Crimmins, but he handballs straight to Corrigan, who stood firm, and he's taken in a standing tackle by Harris of the Tigers, and it'll be thrown up once more at half forward. 15 gone, final quarter. They need a goal here, the Tigers. Billy Gertz taps it down, comes out to Josh Gertz. He squeezes a little kick out under pressure. Stenning's been solid. Couple of opponents on him, coming the other way. Taken by Crimmins. He was taken high, but he extricates himself out of the tackle. Centering ball, but an excellent mark to Gent, who's got back again with his two-way running to cut it off at half-back for the Sharks. He kicks the half-back on the outer side.
50.
And that's 50 metres to Sullivan, who's taken the mark. Just getting a little bit undisciplined and frustrated with their inability to score. Sullivan feeds a long hand pass over the top. They've got the ball at half-back. Gent again in short, and he finds McDonald.
Too easy. It's opening up a bit now for Bonbeach.
I think it might have been Hogan, actually, that got the footy. Was Hogan. Thanks, Sam. And McDonald able to lower the eyes. Just good running. Can Macca kick this? I won't say he definitely will because I've had the moz on a few of them today. What do you think, Sam? Can he kick it?
He reckons he can. He was telling us the other night.
Well, it's not... I asked you, can he? I know he can. Right half forward. He promised me if they won today, I could interview him. Oh,
there you go.
He's kicked that easily. Hit the fence on the full. Then he's kicked 4. He's a star, isn't he? Right half forward.
He doesn't need too many touches to make you hurt.
No.
When he does, he's got class like that and he finishes well.
He just...
Pretty much closed the door now. I would have thought on
4 goals. They've kicked 5 goals to none in the last quarter. This has been an awesome performance by the Sharks. They held firm in the third quarter despite only scoring 1 behind, and Dromana just didn't put them away, did they? 3-2, not enough.
No, they didn't.
Or put more scoreboard pressure on them.
Yeah, wasted opportunities in the third.
And even in the first, when I think they were 3-6 to 4-1 at quarter time.
Yep.
The second half of the first quarter was probably when they played their best footy. Billy Gertz wins it out of the middle. He wobbles a kick inside 50 in the direction of Harris. Harris overruns it. Does well to try and keep his line on the footy. Stenning's there as well. Lee, who's a great little tackler, has found a spot in this team, Sam, hasn't he, Kelvin Lee?
Yeah, he come up sort of from... He played 19s last year and sort of... He was the fittest bloke at the club. We knew that. Win all the time trials, and he sort of just came out of nowhere. He's been good.
He certainly has. As they get the footy towards the wing again. Bonbeach. Both teams work at ground level. Armitage can't get hold of it. Off the pack to Josh Gertz again. But his kick is no good, intercepted by Dunn. I've been very impressed with him. On the comeback trail after a bad back injury. Beautiful kick to Sullivan. Kicks it straight down the middle of the ground. A lot of distance on the kick. Kicks it low again. Looking for McDonald, but War was in front and intercepts at half back. Macca won't be happy with that.
No, he won't be.
He's in short to Gertz. Gertz now Billy. Goes across the face. Kicks it nicely to Hanneman. Marks on his chest. He's at half-back, Nat Hanneman. In short now, that's a terrible kick looking for Hutchison, but he was too good to arch the back in front of Bailey and take a mark from a kick that didn't look great off the boot. The young fella will learn, though. Hutchison in short, kicks close to the line, and Shannon, close to Dromana's best today, takes the mark. And in contention for the Rosebud Country Club BOG, which you guys will have to give at the end of the game. High kick, Liam Hewlett there, but in front. Big strong mark to Gertz. Handballs outside to Taylor. Kicks inside 50, but underneath it again is Higgins, and Douglas takes a great defensive mark for Bonbeach. Spreads to the outer side of the ground, but he's turned that over. And a comfortable mark taken by young Tovey in the maroon boots. Got the footy, left half forward for Dromana. He'll kick it long towards the forward pocket. Big kick. Higgins is there, trying to be a target. Can't. Out of defence, Corrigan. The Rove. Quick hand pass to Wright. Wright a high ball. Underneath it, making a good contest, Lee. At the drop, Sullivan. Feeds a hand pass to Gent. Feeds a hand pass outside to Lee. Hand pass inside now to Casey. Casey held up on a tackle. Got support at the back now. Good play to kick it long. Fisher towards half forward. Armitage crashes the pack. Bailey at the drop. Takes the footy. Can't take it cleanly. Armitage lays a tackle, holding the ball. Not sure about that. player couldn't get rid of it again for Dromana, but anyway, he's very unlucky. You're right. Musgrave is penalised. David Armitage with the free kick. I think Sam and Ben, one of the worst rules in footy. Again, the umpires, they just have to officiate it, adjudicate it. But if the player's on the bottom of the pack and he cannot get rid of it, how can you possibly give the free kick? You just throw it up. Armitage kicks inside 50, centering ball, finds Trent Dennis Lane.
Smart footy, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. I mean, that's why he's played 169 league games and the other fellas played 29. He knew to run to the right space. There was nothing that the Dromana boys could do about that.
I think they've said that's enough for you. Ice up, old boy.
The big concern, Billy Quigley.
Yeah.
With the ankle injury. And since
like
they've lost him, they've lost the run. The knee, yeah. Yes. Well, I thought that might have been another ice pack on the knee, but Trent Dennis Lane kicks his fourth. That's 44 for the season.
Is it fifth or fourth?
Fourth. He's missed a couple. He's kicked 4 now. And that puts it beyond doubt. 14-7-91 to 8-11-59. It's a 32-point lead. Is that a bit flattering? Or have they been a 5-goal better side, Ben?
Oh, look, I think in this last quarter, they've just opened the floodgates now. I think it's, at the end of the day, the score's the score, isn't it? Like we said before, they wasted opportunities in the first and the third, and when you do so, if you don't got the scoreboard pressure, comebacks and bite you when the other team has the win.
Let's go around the grounds for the Kringle Hub, and Frankston YCW lead by 51 points. The Bombers lead Rosebud by 104. The Pines lead Mount Eliza by 21. It's a big win to end the season. And Red Hill 62 over Sorrento 30. Haven't they finished the season well? Red Hill had a couple of close results which went against them, but
they have, yeah.
They're showing some good form going into next year. Jamie Mole will be very happy about that. Billy Gertz taps it down.
Hasn't got it.
And no, he didn't have it. He'll take a free kick for being tackled. We're not in possession.
The flip side of that is, Sorrento's gone the other way, haven't they?
They have.
The way they finished off
yes,
the year.
they've been very poor the last few weeks.
Yeah.
The Bombers a big win today. Billy Gertz in short to Gormley, but then inconsistent though. Gormley with that awkward kicking style, kicks towards the half-forward line. No one can mark. Fisted away again by the reliable defence of the Sharks, who've done a great job, but Dean Ward grabs it on the intercept and on the burst, and he chips in short and finds a target at left half-forward. This is Crimmins taking the footy for Dromana, and he finds just hanging on to the mark, Mark Azani. He's had a couple of tagging roles today. Played in both premierships. Hard on the boundary. It's a kick off the side of the boot by Mark Azani. Try and mark that. Someone does. The Sharks. Good mark at half-back by Waterston. Waterston goes to centre half-back. Luke Verma getting better and better. His second game back. Spreads it to Bailey at centre half-back. Bailey goes wide. Towards Mitch Gent, who's had a great game again. Can't give you the golf balls again. He's already won them 3 times, but he's had an outstanding game. In short, and Bailey, another one who's been terrific. Good two-way running, just behind the wing. All these players, members of the Team of the Decade, named a few weeks ago. It's part of the 60-year anniversary for Bonbeach. Off hands at the back of the pack. Taken by Shannon, who's been very good. Then McDonald gets a hurry boot to ball while being taken to ground. Spills to the back of the pack. They'll try and get some handballs clear through Wheeler. And now here's Sam Gertz. Sam Gertz met late by Pecker, but gets his boot to ball. Osland there, great one-hander at the back by Tovey, who's competed pretty hard all day for the Catapult Sports Mark of the Day. Hauled that in, young Ben Tovey of Dromana. He will kick in towards full forward. Poor old Higgins, he slipped over. He fell into the mud patch, and it's chopped off at the back by Dunn, who spreads it again to Bo Bailey. Reminds me of he's the Ed Langdon of the MPNFL. He runs both ways brilliantly, and he goes in ball with his pass to Gent. Gent will spread it wide to the outer side of the ground again. The mark taken by Hogan. Hogan goes back inside to Gent. Gent now finds Dunn. They share it at centre half back. The Sharks are going to win this. A lead by 32 points. 24 gone in the last quarter. Kicks straight down the middle of the ground, but a turnover to War again. War pops the pass. Now to Sam Gertz. Pace gone out of the game. In short once more. And there's Tovey leading up and marking opposed to Dunn.
Yeah, Heat, you're right, Dan. Heat's completely gone out of the game now. They're just playing out the minutes.
Handballs to Hutchison. Not a great hand pass, intercepted by Lee. Tried to be tackled by Harris. Verma got the hand pass out to Peckett. Sonny Peckett, like the old man, arches the back, runs away from the would-be tackle. Handballs to Liam Hewlett. Throws it on the boot. He needed the run today. Sam, didn't he? And done okay, I reckon. He's had to do some ruck work with Sammy Gilbert and been okay. So it'll be a boundary thrown, but the big news is the knee injury to Billy Quigley. Let's hope he can get up for next week because Dromana will need him. We know that the Bombers' best is pretty good. Was today. They've had a big win over Rosebud and they'll play in the elimination final next week. But they've been a bit inconsistent. Quick kick out of the pack by War, taken by Luke Verma. War was being tackled. He kicks long to full forward. Trent Dennis Lane there. Couldn't mark, and Musgrave does well to beat him in the contest. Plays on immediately, straight down the middle, gets confronted, has to get the hand pass out, and then gets a terrible hand pass from Henneman and loses it. Gent wins it back now. High kick by Gent. Dennis Lane drops the sitter in the goal square, something that Trent would normally take, as it was turned over by Sullivan at half forward from the Henneman hand pass, and really Trent Dennis Lane should have marked it off hands and through for a behind. Back into play goes Sam Gertz. Picks out his partner in crime, the veteran Hutchison at half-back. Feeds it close quarters to Sam Gertz again. Kicks to Big Billy, had the big pack in front of him, and Stennings at the back and intercepts. He's been solid. His best position is half-back. Premiership play with the Stingrays in 2018, their only win so far. With Toby Bedford of Melbourne, Bailey Williams of the West Coast, Jamie Plumridge of Devon Meadows, Mitch Gent marks, Finn Bain of Mount Eliza.
Gent's had it on a string in the last quarter.
Oh, he has. And then he finds Verma, who's getting better and better with every game he plays. Certainly missed him, haven't you, Sam? Luke Verma?
Yeah, him and Liam Hewlett, they were out for a while. I think Verma did round 3, and I think Liam was about round 4. So
there's the siren. Big win for Bonbeach. They'll play in the qualifying final next week against Mount Eliza, who've lost today, it appears, to Pines. And his shot misses to the left-hand side, the last shot of the day. But a big last quarter, 6 goals to none. One behind only for Dromana. 14-10-94 Bonbeach. Dromana 8-11-59. We'll go around the grounds for the Coringal Hub, and it's Frankston YCW 15-10-100. Edithvale Aspendale 5-6-36. The Bombers, I know Jared Grant had 5 up to half time. I'd love to know how many he's got. 22-11-143. Rosebud 3-8-26. The Pines 9-7-61. Lead Mount Eliza 5-10-40. Big upset for the Pines. And we know that Dromana have lost to Bonbeach on the Anytime Fitness scoreboard. And Red Hill in the last quarter 9-8-62, leading Sorrento 5-6-36. And we'll just get a check if we can on the second division qualifying final being played down the road at Rye.
1 goal.
And it's 1 goal in it. And that's not updated at the moment, but the score we have is Somerville 7-8-50, leading Coringal 6-8-44, and the qualifying final on tomorrow at Chelsea, or the elimination final on tomorrow at Chelsea between Devon Meadows and also Pearcedale. Well, boys, let's look at our best player, BAG. I mean, it was a good performance all around, I thought, by Bonbeach. 4 goals each to McDonald, who got going in the second half. Trent Dennis Lane got going early with 4 goals. Fisher was very good up forward. And their midfield just motored, didn't they? I mean, especially in the last quarter when Dromana couldn't put them away in that third quarter, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon it was a pretty even spread from Bonbeach, and the names I've written down here is Corrigan, Gent. I thought McLean's marking was terrific today.
Oh, outstanding. Yep.
You know, for a big fella, he really stood up. And then the 3 boys, the 3 big names, McDonald, TDL, and Armitage.
boys.